Welcome one and all to this podcast. I might want to start by prefacing the fact that this podcast will most definitely be offensive to most people. And we are not Okay, let me restart that.
Oh, the bloopers.
Bruh.
Welcome one and all to this podcast. I might want to start by prefacing the fact that this podcast will most definitely be offensive to most people. And we are most definitely not here to comfort you, make you happy, or otherwise in any way, shape, or form. We are here for ourselves, not for you. So either get out if you can't handle it, or learn to handle a little offensiveness. This podcast will consist of comedic complaints about things that generally piss us off. Next, I want to officially start this by having everyone introduce themselves with any other information one out in our audience might need to know. I'll start first. I'm Logan Drevis, otherwise known as Cyan Paradox, previously Paradox 181, and even before that, Cyan Knight 467.
I guess I'll go now. I'm Adrian Plays. I don't really want to talk about my actual name because it's fucking garbage. I also own a YouTube channel. If Cyan Paradox would be so kind to leave the link in the description below. I also have a Twitter. I don't want to share that because that's fucking garbage. And I also just like Sonic in general. Sue me.
Oh god. Okay. I'm Mr. Steelix. I used to have a YouTube channel, but I don't want to talk about that no more, so don't link that.
Alright.
Also, I'm the group mage.
Alright. So, we're going to get started on topic 1.
God, boss.
For our first topic, I want to bring up the whole issue of the media as a whole across the world being incredibly sensitive. Namely, this whole new issue with Tumblr. What are our initial thoughts on this?
Damn it, people should be able to draw porn of whatever they want.
That's exactly what I think too.
I mean, let them draw dicks. If they want to draw dicks, let there be dicks.
When God created the
God damn
world.
it, I say, God damn it, let there be dicks on Tumblr. Quote me on that.
See, it's like some people don't want to see that shit. It's like, okay, so you just gotta stay away from that little section of Tumblr. You don't have to let that bother you on all of Tumblr. It's like, if you don't want to see any boobs, just stay away from the boob side of Tumblr.
I know, just like stay away from that side. Just
Frankly, I want the boobs.
I mean, when Tumblr practically got rid of this, a lot of jobs were at stake because of it.
It's like a lot of freelance artists just got bunked.
And
I know.
We gotta have the back button handy in case Mom walks in the room.
we gotta have the screen power ready just to be pushed.
Yeah. You know, I say the same thing as basically both of you have said, you know, if people want to draw Tony the Tiger extremely muscular and covered in, well, let's not even get into that, but if they want to draw that, then let them draw it. Like, I believe Tumblr was created in America, right? Like, the founders of that website are American, right?
I guess.
Let's check that.
I mean, you can check it. I'm not gonna have that shit on my computer.
Yep, David Karp is the most American name I've heard. Yep, New York City.
Alright, so, that's technically protected under the First Amendment, and since they did kind of have it on there before, there isn't any reason to really remove it.
Oh god.
So, yeah, that's,
Just let those people at Tumblr be like in their own little bubble.
let Tumblr be Tumblr. I don't think anybody else used it anyways.
Yeah,
Let Tumblr be their secret porn stash. I know sure as fuck I use it like that, and I have enough man in me to know that, to be able to publicly acknowledge that.
But just think, alright, so I guess that kind of wrapped up that I guess.
Yeah. For our next
Ready to
topic,
go on?
But real quick before we move on, I just want to say, rip Shadman. We just gotta put F in the chat. Rip Shadman. Give my boy F in the chat.
Talk about it. No. We need to get Life 2 in the chat. Hope we
Oh,
can revive that man.
yep.
All right, for our next topic, I want to get into people overreacting towards politics. People complaining about Trump, the whole Russia paranoia shit, you know? People getting offended by the people who have different opinions on things. You know, I thought we moved past this back in the Crusades, but apparently not.
I thought I moved past it. I thought I moved past this in the Civil War, the Civil Rights Movement, and the '90s.
And let's not forget those who are offended by the mere idea that a quirky, amazing country like Russia can exist. I'm sorry, but stuff like what Donald Trump tweets, the Mueller investigation, all of that has no meaning. Who wants to get into this first?
I mean, Trump is just spewing out stupid shit just left, right, and center. That's what people do. They just sometimes spew out stupid shit. Like me, I spew out stupid shit on a daily basis. But I don't have people take that to heart. It's like, hey man, I'm just being a dumbass over here. It's like, I acknowledge I'm being a dumbass.
I honestly don't know what to say on this subject because practically I don't really keep up with this kind of shit. I'm sorry.
I mean,
okay.
I mean, it's sort of forced in my face every day, so I sort of have to, you know, sit there and think about it a little bit while I'm trying to sleep, because that's what your brain does. But
It's like Russia's pretty okay. I don't think they have invaded us yet. I mean, sure they sure as fuck invaded Germany. It's like Germany came after them first. They had a reason.
yeah, I mean, Russia will eventually take over the world, but you know, it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Russia's a great place. It's like the language is fucking whack as shit. I can tell you that now. It's like-
You know that kind of stuff.
exactly.
That was the first line of the Russian national anthem, by the way.
It's like Russia's a pretty cool place. It's like people are nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a terrible place. I mean, I saw this one
it's
video of Putin, you know, singing with like a bunch of people, you know, the Russian national anthem in a stadium, and he had like people like near him, and you know, I was thinking, you know, has Donald Trump ever done that? Has any president of America ever done that?
Probably not.
Russians are pretty cool people. It's like you just gotta mind how whack their language sounds to Englishers, but it's like Dutch to an Englishman. It's like, are you speaking broken English or a different language? I can't tell anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, Russia's like it's okay. It's a country. Their people are people.
Yeah, and you know, there's that whole belief that Russia, you know, meddled in the election. Why?
It's not the Middle East.
Yeah, I mean, what reason would Russia have? Like, honestly.
It's like what type of bullshit did Trump get on Russia to get him to do that? It's like, bruh, what Russia got on us?
Yeah, and
I thought Russia was on our side.
I mean, there's the Cold War, but I mean that doesn't.
We don't talk about that.
I mean, there's really nothing that happened there.
It's like they were just like it was like a marriage feud. It was like they just had some time to work shit out.
Yeah, and you know, whenever I like try and point this out in like some sort of place that I'm like forced into looking at by my social media, it's all very liberal. So there are a bunch of people saying, they're just a bunch of Trump tards. And then, you know, the Republicans are always like, oh, well, you're a libturd. You know, it makes me cringe when I hear this political language because, like, it doesn't sound very intelligent.
It sounds like something came up right then and there.
Yeah.
In all honesty, it sounds like some rednecks trying to get you off the lawn.
The motherfucking
Or else I'm
redneck.
gonna bust a cap in your ass.
Molly, get the shotgun. We got a libturd.
No. It's more like, honey, come get the marriage ring. We got a new one in the family.
Yeah. All right.
Meanwhile, in Alabama.
So, for our next
subject, please.
I love how this just went into politics. Then we're just suddenly just talking about rednecks all of a sudden.
Rednecks are a different class of politics.
Tempted to do my Markiplier laugh.
Well, they're just pretty much white people in a nutshell. So,
Yeah. I could do my
At least you're not
Markiplier
basic.
laugh.
At least they're not basic bitches.
That's true. Whoa, what was that, Mark?
Yeah, I
Markiplier,
do the Markiplier laugh really well.
Okay. Alright, I think we should move on to the next one.
All right. For our next topic, I want to address this whole new Fortnite craze. I haven't seen people
you
act up.
missed one.
I haven't seen people act up this much since the invention of human-made fire.
Human-made fire, huh?
Ooh, do I have a few things to say about this game? Well, first off, it's just boring in general.
The only thing I
mean-
like, to be honest, the only thing I really like about Fortnite is like the playground modes where like I can fuck up everything.
I mean, there's nothing really I enjoyed about Fortnite. 95% of the game, you're just running around the map like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest.
And occasionally shoot people. It's not until the very end until you get like within a 45 meter radius of someone of the circle, and then you just go at it.
Like, I'll be honest, I was going into Fortnite back in season 3. It's like, okay, I might give this a try around. I was pretty decent at it. My homies needed a 4th guy, so I joined them. Then now we're in season 7. I was like, bruh, what the fuck happened to your skill? It's like, I'm sorry, man. I just don't like Fortnite that much. I don't play it.
I mean, Fortnite for me is pretty much how Minecraft was when that first came out. In all honesty.
2009 or when it became mainstream.
When it came mainstream. I mean,
Shit. We
now
don't talk about that anymore.
I can't even go to school anymore without hearing Fortnite shoved in my face. Like,
It's
oh,
like-
and for some reason people think it's an insult to compare their wins at Fortnite. I mean,
back in 8th grade, it's like I kept hearing about the PUBG versus Minecraft versus Fortnite war, and I was like, "Bitch, just enjoy what you got." Now I'm just gonna go over here and be having my Final Fantasy VI on my Super Nintendo.
So this whole Fortnite craze over here in California is
Oh damn!
is much worse than pretty much everywhere else, because you have you have people doing Fortnite dances like all the time, like in the middle of class, and you have
That's
people.
just normal now.
You have people screaming in the middle of the class. You know, they're like talking to the teachers, and they're like, "Come on, Mister Something, you got to get your dubs. Come on, get your dubs." And they're like
Fucking what?
screeching, and
I'm sitting here
all.
like,
Go ahead.
the only time like my friends will like ever do a Fortnite dance is to like do it ironically or just to make fun of the game.
Yeah,
that's
there's this one
what I
guy.
do.
There was this one guy who was like talking to one of my friends, and he said he was like doing Take the L, and he was
fuck.
yeah, and he was like, "Hey, take the L, dude," and then the guy. So you know how the loser shape is the L on the forehead. Well, the guy
Yeah.
made it with his
Don't
middle
you-
finger and thumb, and then he says, "Okay, how about you take this L?"
He got anger.
Yeah, and have you guys heard people make the Chewbacca noise to show like?
Yes.
Or is that, yeah,
Yes,
that thing.
I've seen someone do it to perfection.
Okay, so people here do it all the time, and it makes me want to stab people in the eyes.
Oof.
No. That's not how you get punishment easily. What you gotta do is you gotta pretty much treat them like a rag doll, but at the throat.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Then again,
there's something
the
else.
type of guy who swings a tree as a bat, like the entire tree.
And then we got to think here. There was another part of this topic I was thinking of.
World peace won't happen.
Well, no, I have the script in front of me. I was thinking of this particular topic. I think that's about it for Fortnite.
Alright, what's next on this list? World peace won't happen.
So you guys
Now
know
we
these world peace hippies and how they think there's ever going to be world peace? Let's talk about
Peace
that.
and love, man.
Oh, motherfucking
You
hippies.
You gotta smoke that weed.
I remember my grandpa telling me like he was telling me about the 70s and 60s, right?
Yeah.
I remember this one particular time he said, "Damn, the days was just fucking tripping shit." It was like, The motherfucking hippies done cause our prices to go.
What
It's
the
like
fuck?
I don't know what the fuck my grandpa's on that day. But it was like he was on something.
Yeah. So in my opinion of this, we have to kind of get to the point that we don't talk about this often, and we don't even, some people don't even acknowledge it, but we are human and we're also mammals, which means we are also animals. We are not.
Which means we are prideful sons of bitches.
Yeah. So we're not really any different from nature. And
The average gorilla.
yeah. And we're all different. We have different opinions, and I think as long as we have different opinions, there'll never be world peace. Unless, we kill off all of life on Earth. Then there'll be world peace.
That is
works too.
accurate. Okay.
The last
My
person
opinion.
standing has to kill himself.
Okay, can I talk now?
Go ahead.
All right.
Go for it, man.
All right. I honestly think world peace will happen if Christianity did not exist at all.
Yes.
Is you on like? Okay.
Let's consider all religion, period.
I'm gonna just shut the fuck up right here.
Think about it. Think about it. If any religion did not exist at all, we would all be facing the facts and actually get the information we need to actually do what we need to do to get world peace started or whatever. Well, you get the point.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like, if we were actually able to if we were actually able to prove to everybody that there was like some kind of god, then maybe we would be able to have religion, but then it wouldn't be religion anymore because it would be fact. And I mean, I don't mean that in like a screw all religion sort of way. I mean that in like a we can't confirm that there's some being up there in the sky that's telling everybody what to do. We can't exactly confirm that through scientific means.
Through our means today.
I mean, like half the time I make fun of my own religion.
Yeah.
Half the time I'm contemplating death of my religion.
Oh, you mad lad.
Half the time my religion somewhat gave me depression.
I used to be Christian. Shit. I'm atheist now.
Oh.
There was like this one because I was in church one day, and I started out on the internet in a very bad place, which was like creepypastas and stuff. So I was kind of sitting there. I was kind of sitting there like, a
typical Saturday night.
It was like a Sunday morning, and I was like, why am I here? Church isn't a place for me. I'm just gonna get out of here. So I went home, and I never went back.
I pretty much like.
I can already imagine just like you walking out of the distance like this big action movie, getting ready to blow the place up.
I mean, it wasn't a terrible place. It's just, I was like, what am I still doing here?
It's like, what the fuck am I doing here in the middle of a pew when I could be helping people on the internet?
Yeah.
Sometimes I actually think like, what happens if you actually die? Like, if you believe in a religion, does that actually mean that what happens to you? Like, is there a heaven? Is there a hell?
I mean, I can actually answer that within scientific reason. I can actually answer whether there's a afterlife or all sorts of other stuff.
Please don't.
I have a feeling the answer is no.
Please don't. No. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to talk about it if you guys don't want me to, because it might be kind of like weird.
I'm 14. I don't want to hear this.
It gives me no reason to cry at nighttime.
Same.
I mean, it's actually kind of cool. But I'm not going to go into the complex amount of physics and stuff it requires to explain the whole thing.
Let's talk about this later, because I don't want you to get this video age restricted or demonetized, which it probably is at this point.
Yeah.
Probably. It was probably when as soon as this man said, "Let there be dicks on Tumblr."
Yep.
Let there be dicks on Tumblr. Aaron Plays 2018.
Yup.
end. When the Earth was created, back at the beginning of time, God said,
"Let there be dicks on Tumblr." Oh God, what am I doing?
I don't know. What
"It
are
is
we all
written
doing?
in Scripture."
Oh God damn it!
Okay, we just went to talking about world peace, then talking about dicks on Tumblr again.
Look, we guys.
What a world we live in.
I feel
What a world
I
we
feel
live
so
in on
bad
the
for
internet.
not letting for not pushing this to like not pushing this to like another day, because I feel like Metal would have had a field day with this.
Yeah, let's actually do like a part 2 to this sometime. Like split
Maybe.
it in half because there's no way I'm able to sit through this entire list of things.
Unless
I can.
I mean,
Then again, I
I
have
mean,
no
unless we get through it as quickly as possible, while also covering what we need to.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
But
let's go
that'll
on
just,
front.
All right,
yeah, but that'll
Let's
just make the
review
video a bit
France real
bland.
quick.
next
I guess
topic.
that'll make
France-
the
France is pretty alright.
Um,
Like it's a nice place to visit. Like stay there for a couple weeks, come back, write a book.
yeah.
It's good to write a book on the Eiffel Tower to get that mood. Ah shit, he left.
Oh,
Up, he's back.
yeah. Connection times out from time to time. For some people.
I don't know how the fuck I'm still here. I'm from dial-up.
Oh,
I don't even know how I'm still here. Like for real.
just where's the server thing?
Like this is just whack.
There it is. Okay. So,
On to France now, where gas bullshit's happening.
well, we gotta wait for Adrian to get his mic going. Okay, there he is.
Sorry, I had to change to another room. My stupid little sister.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
what are we talking about?
Like I
Alright.
could just imagine the Monty Python intermission music playing during that.
Yeah.
What?
All right. We should get on to the next topic, though. So I do
Alright,
have the
let's
script,
go.
though. On to the next topic.
Hold up, let me shut my door.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh, shit.
Fuck. Oh, wrong headphone.
What's going on?
Yo.
Ah shit, my laptop.
I
went.
listen this. All right, what's the next topic?
Okay. So I'm going to read from my script. Okay. On to the next topic. So in case someone here or the viewer hasn't heard of what's going on in France, basically the president, Emmanuel Macron, tried to instate a gas tax, and France rioted. And they're still rioting even though Macron pulled out of that act. What are thoughts on this?
I did not know that. I don't
He
really
let
keep
go
up.
of the thing. Hold on a minute.
Guillotine
people-
sharpening in the distance.
First off, I think people should just chill the fuck out. I mean, why not everyone just chill the fuck out and then just like move on? It's over. It already happened. Move on.
It's like I can say the same things like, dude, he got rid of the tax. What the fuck are we still rioting for? World peace again? Are we trying to invade Germany for payback?
I think
Somehow we're gonna end up.
I hear guillotines sharpening in the distance.
I've been sharpening my knife for the past 15 minutes and this bitch is not sharp. What the hell?
The guillotines. So I've heard, like, in some places that they're pulling out guillotines, but
I mean that's the reason Lester. Let me just get my machine gun real quick. Let me just put that bitch in
boy.
there.
Oh boy. Stop
good.
stop the recording. He's gone wild.
Okay, my bow's in check. Let me just make sure my gun's all good. Yep, that's good. The gun, yep, that's good too.
Oh no, he's gone full redneck. Everyone, abort podcast. Abort podcast.
okay. So
Just make sure my gun's good, ready.
all right.
Okay, it's good. My guns are good.
Did I hear a triple barrel warming up there?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
buddy.
we're gonna continue with this.
All right.
Sorry, boss.
Alright.
Okay, so all right. Next topic.
Oh god.
That is technology is being
Technology.
forced.
Yeah. So I want to cover a topic that worries me as a hacker. Have you noticed how much technology is being forced into our society? Technology is nice, but there's a point where it becomes annoying because not only is most of it unaffordable for some, but the control it brings into things starts to get into totalitarian surveillance. Like Watch Dogs, Ghost in the Shell, 1984, and that all-around genre of science fiction. I mean, who the fuck wants to get their bank accounts hacked, or to be told to go somewhere in a mall, or to be watched through your camera? Seriously.
I know.
Who wants their baby to be watching a camera?
Just look at Elon Musk. He built like this tunnel where he can take you to I forgot L.A. to Washington. Oh no, New York to Washington in like about 30 minutes. I mean, what? How?
Like,
What?
what?
You have to see that. You have to at least heard of that.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah. How? What the fuck? I mean, how does that? What? Science? What? Agent
What kind of black
stop
magic?
working? Yeah. What in westward expansion?
What? We're gonna start Manifest Destiny 2.
Manifest Destiny the second.
Oh,
What's
God.
it? The second.
God.
The second Destiny.
Oh god, this is a cool podcast.
Yeah, so, it annoys me when I see this stuff because, in school it's like, well, you gotta type out your essay and then you gotta print it out. Haven't people heard of writing things anymore?
People heard of typewriters.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck, I
I'm
have a
just using,
typewriter in my room somewhere. Just somewhere.
I basically have a history class where I use my computer throughout the entire period.
Yeah,
No lie.
it's like, okay, chill out with the technology a little bit. Some of
It's
us
like,
need to
chill.
learn to read and write. Some of us need to not stare at like a screen for a second. Like some of us want to be a little bit more immersive and actually look at something.
Some of us want to be more traditional.
Have the technology. It's okay. We have things I actually love like ROM hacks, video games, and social media and all that
ROM
shit. But on
hacks.
the other hand, like what the fuck is even?
Yeah, like technology's nice, but there's a point where it becomes annoying. Like I said,
But the point of diminishing returns.
like have you heard of this new thing they're trying to implement with face recognition in malls? So that when you walk in, it's like, "Hello, Logan. Might I direct you
my
to
God.
this store so that you can go
God
see if
damn
you
it,
want to buy
China.
something?"
China, what the fuck are you doing? No, China, stop. China, stop. Don't make me come over there.
What is that? Your dog?
Don't make me come over there, China.
Oh,
I'm gonna get you.
So, yeah, China. I don't think China has anything to do with that necessarily, but they are trying to implement that kind of technology, and I really don't like that idea because, I mean, sure, it's cool to see in science fiction, but when it comes to like, oh my god, like I cannot see this happening in reality. Like I would literally put my fist through the screen.
I literally put my fist through someone's skull.
Yeah. So, that's...
In other news, we need to go assassinate the person in charge of China. Come on, guys, let's go over there.
Isn't it Winnie the Pooh?
I don't think so. Is it that fucked up Winnie the Pooh? Is it the fucked up Winnie the Pooh doll with a weird mouth?
Well, actually, have you heard of the censorship that's going on in Kingdom Hearts 3 right now?
What the fuck happened this time, China?
Yes, China. But what happened is that people started making memes where they were comparing Winnie the Pooh to President Xi.
God damn it.
And now they've put like a huge just cloud of like white smoke over Winnie the Pooh in the whole like game, or the China release, anyways.
Yeah. Yep, that sounds like China, all right.
Winnie the Pooh president.
Yeah. It's a Kingdom Hearts 3 censorship thing. Look it up.
Yeah, I know. I've heard of it. I watch the news.
Oh god.
Yeah. Just screw
Okay,
me.
so let me just make sure my gun's all charged up. Put
Oh
that in
boy.
there.
Oh boy, we have a redneck on our hands.
Oh, we got the angry man.
Yeah, we got the Anger Man.
Oh my god.
Like what? Okay.
Bobby?
Bobby? I'm gonna cook
God,
you.
God damn it, Bobby.
I'll tell you, probably I sell propane accessories.
Alright, next subject, please.
All right. Speaking of abused power, I want to get into the whole idea behind ASB, which stands for Assistant Student Body. For those of you who don't know, the super well-to-do, pretty 4.0 GPA students are recognized by the school as trustable people, as they are willing to bend over far enough to submit to total control. They're placed in
Quote.
power, and my issue with this is that one, there's a difference between education and intelligence, and also, it gives these poor people a false sense of power. Could you imagine someone applying for a job, going to the interview, and telling the boss that they were ASB president in some fecking high school in a liberal hell? Well, I was ASB president at Bendover High School for smart people.
Like, bitch, where?
Yeah. Giving Adrian a second here.
Okay, so it's like ASB. It's pretty okay for a school if you want like minimum like 2 respect points. But it's like in a real world, who the fuck cares who you were in school? You're
Yeah.
not one of the low life.
I mean, like, seriously, like, who's going to hire these people if they put something like, I was ASB president in high school on their resume?
Like,
God, it's hot in my room.
did that look? It's like, that's a school, not public.
Fuck me. No. Sorry, it's just really hot in my room.
Like, seriously, like, with ASB, it's like, seriously, like, we're gonna, because the other thing is that ASB gets so much more respect at schools than other kids do. And the thing is, I'm a pretty smart person, and the school does recognize that. They do recognize it very much so, but I don't get terribly good grades, and people think I'm a rapist psychopath because of someone, but,
We're not gonna talk about that, homie.
yeah, we're not gonna get into that, but there's me, and I try to do well, but, you know, no one respects me at that school the same way they're gonna respect ASB. And ASB is given a whole lot of power, and, you know, people say, oh, well, they work so hard, and they do so much stuff for the school. Well, no, they don't.
Where do I see this stuff happening for the school?
I mean, they're in like the school's TV show thing. They're
TV show. What the fuck?
well, they do
What
this web
the
series.
fuck?
They do this web series where they have like the kids screw around and do funny stuff.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. This is Vine all over again. We gotta go stop this.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, I thought TikTok was the next Vine.
Oh no. We don't talk about TikTok. That's a completely different brand of chaos.
Yep.
Yep. Ah shit.
Yeah, and when we're talking about ASB though, it's like people say, well, they work so hard and they do so much. You need to thank them for all they do. And it's like I pass by the room and there's like party music blasting and they're screeching, and it's like, okay,
Like
that sounds like
I
a
don't
lot of
see no
hard work
working.
going on.
I don't see no work in it. That looks like a party.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
next thing you know, you just see him play Smash Ultimate.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Or
Because
Mario. Or Mario Odyssey, whatever.
rich
But-
kids.
But you gotta remember, Smash Ultimate promotes violence, so you can't have it in the school.
Oh
Weak,
yeah, that's true.
weak.
Because,
They probably playing some other wholesome game,
yeah,
like Mario Bobacy. Yes, I say Mario Bobacy. Sue me, everyone in the comments.
and
Super-
they probably turn on something like Leapfrog games, Like, you guys remember those?
Oh yeah, I remember those, and I was not down for it. It was like the shape of the Game Boy Advance, and having an old Game Boy Advance, I was not pleased.
Remember those? Those were my
Shit.
childhood. I'm kidding.
But wait,
How dare you insult my youngness?
you had to answer a question within a limited amount of time at some points. But that encourages victimization, so we can't have that.
Oh boy.
Shit.
Mario Odyssey.
That promotes violence. You're attacking innocent creatures.
And possessing them
Yeah.
without their consent. Or if you want to put it in worse terms, you're entering them without their permission.
And you can't
Just any way you want.
you can't have a blank screen either because that's racist.
Now you gotta go for hex value. EF.
Wait, Pong.
We don't talk about that.
Well,
Pong is
Pong.
perfect.
Well, Pong also encourages victimization because it's competition between you and the computer, and you might feel bad if you lose. So we can't have that.
Ooh. So every video game is bad.
Yeah.
I'll be right back in a sec, guys.
Okay.
I guess we can't really go on without him. I guess I don't know.
I mean,
Should
we
we wait
can
for him?
just have we can have like a neutral chat while we wait.
Alright, I'm down with that. Okay. Ooh, I get a chance to bring up a topic I wanted. Probably fuck boys who think they can do whatever they want in school.
That was actually about to
Ooh.
be the second topic from the next one.
Crap. I'll save that. I'll save what I was gonna say.
Because it's half like people screaming and half
Fuck boys.
half that because they play a big role in that.
Yeah.
Just gonna sit back and relax.
Yep. I guess this is the time where you just cut to the next one, I guess, until he gets back.
Yeah, that's what Melanie will do.
All right.
It's high noon.
Ooh.
Are you ready to move on?
Yep, let's go.
All right.
Got both of my machine guns ready. My bow.
Uh-oh,
And-
redneck alert. Sound the redneck alert, Melanie.
And the hyper sniper.
Speaking of stupid school and extracurricular activities, let's talk about esports. Esports are this idea that you can take some competitive nature of sports, stick a whole bunch of dumb Fortnite fucks on stage, and have some fat-ass neck-bearded hippie who lives in his garage to scream at them in front of an audience. Actually, that would be pretty entertaining to me for all the wrong reasons, but my personal opinion is that all esports are absolute bullshit. You don't take games and mix that with football. That's why you don't see football or sports games getting Game of the Year awards. Take a fucking hint.
It's like, for me, it's like, sure, FIFA 14 was great. Sure, it ended up on PS2, PS3, and PS4. But no, that's not competitive shit. You can't get respect for that. You can get gamer respect, which is a whole different class of shit we're not going into. But that won't get you a fucking job at a game studio.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you want to try.
Like, I'm a 3D modeler, and I applied for, or at least I'm going through the application process to get to Academy of Arts University, and I'm super excited about that.
I've seen his work. It's great.
Yeah, that's what they think. That's what they think too. So, so there's that. But the reason I have a problem with esports is because game competition and sports competition are two completely different things. Because you can't take the competitiveness of football and then incorporate that into like a Pong game. It's stupid. It makes no sense. It looks retarded. And you can't, and like, they're esports coaches, and it looks so retarded, because, like, there are these guys who sit there and they scream at them while they're on the computer. They're like, come on, you gotta do better. Come on. Like, it looks really stupid. And
It's like,
Go ahead.
Never mind. I gotta go get my stock.
You know, it's like you got this. You have this whole activity, and my school has recognized this as an activity too. It's a club actually at my school, and it's esports, and they actually compete, and that's really stupid. And the thing is, I lived in like when I was younger, I lived in like a house where we didn't like move on from the '90s, so you know I'd play outside and I'd do all that other stuff, but then I'd go and play video games, and I'd eat all the '90s snacks, and you know like that's what I did. I played on the Dreamcast and all that.
Oh fuck yeah!
The Dreamcast and the GameCube and all that other stuff, and you know I can't
Man,
really.
shit, me and you are gonna be best friends, like for real. I am stuck in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. I am stuck, pretty much. Like I live outside most days.
Have you heard of vaporwave?
Heard of it, but I never listened to it.
Okay, you should.
I like vaporwave. It's pretty okay.
But going back on topic, when you take this competitiveness, because you have two levels of stress here. You have the stress in your game, and it's like, okay, do your task within whatever amount of time or something like that. But then you have the stress of running across a field with a ball with a bunch of people chasing you, and I don't think that's the same thing.
See, that does not work together.
No, it doesn't.
Physical activity is a completely different brand of stress.
It's two completely different things. You can't mix them because then you just look retarded. He said retarded, you know. But you know, it's like no, esports, no. All right.
He said retarded. Crucify him.
Yeah. For my next topic, have you ever been out somewhere trying to do something and suddenly some dumb person starts screeching? Usually it's because some jock who accuses innocent people of sexual harassment are doing it themselves and tickling some girl in her tits. Which is why.
Oh no.
Which is it. Why is it that some fat baby-faced fuck who wears puffy clothing and drools on people can do that, but when I who is decently attractive and looks much older, as well as act more mature than he is, can't do that? I mean, it's sad. You would think the pretty boys would get free passes to this, but apparently the fat man babies get to do this instead. Sometimes it's for no reason, though, or for some stupid reason. Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Speaking of fat man babies, I'm very overweight. It's like, I'm pretty certain I should not be 220 pounds, but it's like, I can lift almost anything.
I mean, I don't really care, like, if someone's, like, overweight or whatever. It's just, you know where I'm going with that.
Like,
Yeah.
if someone screams, they scream at all.
Yeah, because everyone can hear it. And, let's let Adrian talk a little bit about fuckboys getting to do whatever they want, because that's part of this.
Yeah, thanks. I guess
I guess.
Okay, over at my school, there are these kids that think they can do whatever the fuck they want. Like they think that they like own everything. Like, I mean, and they talk down to people like, oh, you don't even know, like something about. And this is going back to like the Fortnite thing, where they compare everything to their status on Fortnite. Where, oh, I'm better at you at Fortnite, and I just want these people just to shut the fuck up for once in their life. I mean, every time I see them or hear them talk, I just want to like fucking punch them in the balls, I guess. And don't take that in any way. I'm not gay. But there's for some reason they act like they're like all ghetto or something. Now, I'm not trying to be racist, but they act like they came from the hood, like, and even though like people are white.
Hold on, man, Adrian. I'm a person from the hood. I know what hood people act like, and I'm a person they do not act like they're from the hood. They try to act like they're from the hood, but they're not.
I know, like that. I know.
And
Uh,
I've been in extreme cases of organized crime. Like I've been involved in like a external
oh,
Don't ask questions, Adrian.
in like an external like vigilantism. Like I'm against this sort of way.
Ah,
And
shit.
I can confirm that yeah, none of these people know what it's like to be part of something like that.
It's like, I'm pretty sure, in my school, like, 90% basic dude, 99% basic dudes. It's like, almost everyone there is white. It's like, there's only two other black people there. A black dude and a black girl. Me and the black dude don't get along. Because, fuck. And I don't know about the black girl. She's a senior. It's like, meh. It's like, everyone else is basic and or white. I'm gonna say that now. It's like, a good chunk of them are basic. And almost all of them are white. So it's like, you put two and two together, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there are some cool people, like my couple of Chinese friends. And one Turkish guy. Me and him get along.
I my school, my society pretty much is full of people who are like, organized crime happens. I have to shut it out. I have to not think about it. It's too bad. No.
Too evil. Evil. Exactly. It's like, bruh, you cannot stop this. Just go along with it. We can't stop crime.
please ignore the idiot in the background.
All right.
Okay.
But like I've had experience with what it's like when you have people that are they're doing stuff like that, and it's like no, they're not like they think they know what it's like, you know, to be out in, you know, the streets and to like be fighting people, but like, you know, they're just thinking about, you know, the game they played last night. And I can tell you now, being in a gunfight or a knife fight or other stuff, it's not a game. Like
You do not usually respawn in real life.
yeah, like what happens is that people think, oh well, I can take these bullets or I can take this knife. It's like no, you can't. If you
Like,
get shot once in the
no.
arm, you have a pretty high chance of going down.
Like if you get shot in the arm, if you get shot or stabbed in the arm, it's like you have a very good chance of bleeding out if you don't get your boogie your ass down to the hospital.
Yeah, it's not like video games where it's like, oh well, it got stabbed, whatever, it'll heal in a second.
It's not you get stabbed, cure 3. It's
Yeah.
like, bitch, no, we don't got magic. I mean, I love if we have magic, but we don't.
Please just move on.
Okay.
Shit, I'm kidding.
Okay, so now, for my next topic, I want to get into a more somber and serious topic. Across America, people are always screaming their asses off about how a shooting happened at some point, complaining and calling these people stupid because they shot some people. But no one ever stops for a second sometimes afterward to consider maybe why it happened, and no one ever attempts to fix the issue. Let's talk about why it happens for a second.
Shit.
Does anyone have anything to say before I do?
Frankly, I'm just here sitting like, okay, who the fuck insulted who first? Who could take the insult?
Okay, I honestly think it has to do with the said person being intoxicated or really, really fucking stupid.
Well, actually,
And or
we're gonna talk for a second about my experience with anarchy and anarchists, because this is a little bit important about it gets sort of to the root of the problem, but I'll keep it as short as I can. So you have anarchists, right? And there'll be people out there who say that they are anarchists, but they're really not. An anarchist is not going to say that he is one or that he was one at one point. But what happens with these people is that they for some reason or another, they get pushed out of society, and people don't want to talk to them, and nobody likes them, and they feel, isolated. And some of them are mentally ill in the sense that they have certain thoughts or certain, things that they overreact to a little bit, and they can't necessarily help it. And
you combine two and two together, you're just bound for disaster.
yeah. So you have these mass shootings, right? And there are these people who are, causing anarchy through this. They're trying to make a point. That's typically what it is, and that's what the jokes are about typically. Like I saw a meme one time where it was like, when the school shooter gets rejected by the person he likes, and it's just like, but I was accused at one point of wanting to be the school shooter, and I think they really were analyzing what was important. I was always alone. I was accused of something. People didn't like me because I was weird. And it sort of makes sense. But the thing is, when you have these things where it's like, well, we're going to interrogate this person and we're going to make him scared to, not to do this thing. But no, that's not how you should approach it. When you have...
That's not how you approach a person.
Yeah. That's called psychological torture, and that's not legal. But...
They can over here.
Yeah, and when you have... when you have things like that, it's like, well, what is it going to do? You do realize this person feels this way because he's been mistreated by society, right? You got to try and make it better for him, not worse.
Uh-huh.
Because if the country doesn't want people to turn into anarchists, they better stop this whole clique and seclusion thing. Because if they, I don't mean that like in a whole general sense. I mean that like in a way where it's like all of the society judges them and makes them think they're completely alone. Because that's never good for anybody. That's never good for anybody psychologically. And that's one of the leading causes of all of this.
Okay, so like I should probably go put away my giant clothespins. Like, all right, let me just throw it over there.
But I thought I might want to bring that up in here just really quick, for anybody watching, to get the idea. But let's go back into something a little bit more, something we can make fun of a little bit more. I want to cover next the idea of extremist feminism. I'm all for women's rights personally. I believe personally that women should have equal opportunities, but I recognize that sometimes this isn't the case in some places, and it just won't happen. This entire planet, with the human race, is one of those cases. Extreme feminism is the idea that females should dominate males and essentially switch roles, as well as the idea that there are more than two genders. Now, if this was possible, then there probably would have been a war between male and female sometime in history that ends with a massive rape orgy. But this didn't happen, so let's let things stay the way they're meant to.
Shit. We're not gonna talk about it anymore. I'm gonna just say there are two currently working genders, so we're just gonna stick with that.
Let's
Yeah.
Like let's not necessarily like go into LGBT, but like the idea that women should be dominant over males, like that's not.
Let's not talk about LGBT because we're not gonna. We've already triggered enough people.
Yeah, we probably already triggered the Christians or basically everyone watching. Sorry.
We've triggered
Assuming
every
anyone watches
angle.
in the first place.
Actually, you know what? I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sorry for this either. I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want. First Amendment. So.
Don't ask what I'm cutting.
Okay. So, out in nature itself, it's like people like to defy nature. People like to think they're above nature, but they aren't. And
They're part of nature.
yeah, George Carlin made the same point. He was saying, well, this is what these ecologists think who think that, some plastic bag is going to destroy the planet, because it's not. Like, why don't you ask those people, in Central America who are buried under earthquake rubble, or, those people who live in Hawaii who build their homes next to active volcanoes, who sit there, and wonder why there's lava in the living room.
Like, honey, there's lava. There's lava in the basement.
Well,
Come call the fire department real quick.
I wanted to do the wife.
Yeah. So like there's nature, right? And we can't define nature. And when we go out into nature, we see male dominant over female. That's just how it is. It's not our fault. That's not the male fault. That's just who we are. That's how we were programmed in one way or another.
That's just what men do.
That's just what we do. We can't control these feelings or urges that we have. We just have them. And
what is this, health class?
I mean, okay, back to the point. We're animals. We have a certain way that we're programmed to react to things. And if guys react a certain way to girls, or if girls react a certain way to guys, that's not anybody's fault. But what feminism is doing is that it's saying, oh, well, it's completely the men's fault. Let's persecute them and keep them in a corner and dominate them like they have for us this entire time. But that's hypocritical. Because what have men done over the years? We've dominated women. That's the whole point behind society. And I don't mean that in like a... Well, let's not get into that, but I don't mean that in like a... I don't mean that in like a... Like I dominated my girlfriend, I mean that in like a...
That just sounds like they just had sex last night and they're just now euphemismizing it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like if you have... Like I just mean like males will always have the upper hand because that's how it is. I mean there are rare cases where guys are weaker than girls, or like girls are freakishly but that's a whole different story. But if we're talking about general humanity, there's just a certain way that the human race is, and we have to deal with it. We can't sit there and say, well, we're going to change nature, because I mean, those people in Central America and the people who build their homes next to active volcanoes, and we got to think about that.
We got to think about it as like, they can't change nature, so what the fuck are we trying to do? Like,
I know.
They can't prevent the lava from entering their basement. So it's like, what the fuck are we trying to do? Rewriting the laws of genders,
or the laws of how humans react to things, how humans
how men should not get boners to everything.
Yeah, like if I mean I'm asexual, so like I don't get attracted to things, but it's like there are those cases, but overall, I'm just talking about general humanity and the way we look at it through science. And I'm trying not to turn this into a health lesson because, I know way too much as a person.
Yeah. I mean, I already have to take health in 8th grade. I don't feel like taking health in my winter break.
Weak.
I mean, next semester I have to learn about sex and everything. I don't want to learn that now.
Weak.
You know why I have an issue with I actually didn't want to learn about that stuff with the class because I'd be stuck in a room full of giggling guys.
I know. I know. That's why I'd rather just be one-on-one with this type of shit.
See, that's why I slept through most of health class, but I still know how things work, how a human body's supposed to work.
You can always watch Pornhub if you ever need to learn about that stuff.
Well,
I mean that's a completely different grade of bullshit happening over there, but we don't talk about that.
I mean, if you do need to learn about that stuff, that's where you'd go, and I mean that's natural.
I've been through the Pornhub war enough.
I mean, that's natural. That's not only natural, but that's healthy for guys to have that kind of curiosity. Like,
Ah, shit. Okay, let's go on to the next topic before you get an angry mob at our door.
Before I throw up.
Yeah. Next, I want to cover I want to cover the intense bullshit story behind whole and healthy foods. There's food
Oh boy.
and there's dirt.
Oh fuck.
It can't be both.
You got food. You got something pretty nutritious, but it's lacking in something. Then you got bullshit.
And you got dirt.
And then you got dirt.
And then there's me.
And then we got
equals comedy, people.
And then we got Mr. Steelix over here, which is me. And then we got broken English.
That's basically my language.
These vegans forget it.
Cad?
What?
I said what in Irish?
Oh shit!
I never knew Irish actually had its own language.
Oh yeah, it does.
Bruh.
Huh.
It's an ancient Celtic language that's sort of changed over a little bit over time. Most people in Ireland don't even know how to speak it actually.
That's actually really weird.
But just a quick Irish lesson. If you want to say hello in Irish, you're gonna say dia duit.
I'm not even gonna try to say that because this Mexican website.
Have you ever heard have you ever heard the Russian hello? It's either privyet or zostyet.
Just know this Mexican ain't gonna try that shit. also a little trivia about me. I have a Mexican heritage, so.
I am half. I am the half black.
Crap. I don't really know a lot of Spanish.
How ironic.
I know. I mean, I was raised white, but I'm part Mexican.
See, I have the looks of a white guy, but I was raised the black of the black.
I was raised like a black kid in the 90s, so I mean, there's that.
We all love the 90s. Okay, so what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, we gotta get back to whole and healthy foods. Okay.
We gotta talk about.
Have you ever seen Whole Foods Market? Like, have you ever seen that where it's like they sell the same exact food and then they slap like this is healthy on it, you know? Like it's like.
Then all the vegans just come in like, ooh, how much?
Yeah, and
it's like that shit hella expensive for real.
Yeah, and it's like $20 for a package of tofu.
Tofu.
And what the fuck is tofu? Have you seen that one Filthy Frank video where he tries a vegan chicken sandwich and when he finds out the price, he's like, oh hell no.
Oh hell no. Like,
you know,
I'll be honest. I have not seen any vegan shit, and I've seen none vegan, none whole, and like the nearby schnooks I live by. It's like they know what's up. They know that shit's expensive, so I just put out standard apples and shit because fuck, people are gonna buy normal apples because people around here know what actual healthy is. Whoa.
You sound like you're talking through a pillow or something.
I know. Well, my audio is just straight trash, probably.
I probably have close to the best audio.
You have the best audio by far.
Dial up.
But like when you see it makes me really mad when I see stuff like Whole Foods Market or like, because it's like no.
Like, bitch, where?
It's like either something is edible or it's not. Which is it?
I mean, you can't just slap that thing on a burger and just go to McDonald's and then just go like, oh hey vegan, this is organic. You want it?
This shit ain't got no meat in it.
It's essentially false advertising.
I know.
The pure concept of a burger is meat.
And I mean,
oh hey, this is. Like,
I mean, we are human. We do have incisors. We are meant to eat meat.
We have cutter. We have incisors. We supposed to get protein from meat.
Not fucking tofu.
How
much more basic do you need to be about that?
I mean, you're supposed to get it from meat.
Yeah.
We have molars. We're supposed to eat.
Not this white cube shit.
Yeah.
It's like we have molars. They're made for fruit. Okay, what the fuck is this block of cheese looking shit?
It's we're
What
omnivores.
part of my tooth do I use this?
We're omnivores. We're meant to eat both.
I know.
We're supposed to eat any. We're supposed to eat any and or all.
Any and or all. And either it's edible or it's
Yes.
not. That's why our body rejects things.
Either our gut can digest it, or it's just get this shit out of me immediately.
Yeah. There's
And
no.
I know one thing that's like definitely get the fuck out of me. It's onions. Fuck onions.
Oh fuck no!
Have you
Fuck
guys
onions.
actually seen what these vegans and stuff look like?
I've seen a vegan burger. That shit just looks nasty. That shit just smells nasty on my phone screen. Just
All I need to know
I'm
is look
imagining
at a
the smell of
carrot.
it.
All I need
Like-
to do is look at a carrot and then just say, yes, that's vegan.
Have you guys ever compared like what vegetarian and vegan people look like compared to, like when they say, we eat only, vegan or, vegetarian healthy food, and then you
I
compare
mean, vegetarians. They're pretty okay. It's like they eat a lot of plants. Like they get some of the right nutrients, just not enough of some. Like I don't expect them to be eating enough eggs to get the same amount of protein you get from like a cow.
Yeah, like I'm vegetarian. I'm like 6'1", but like it doesn't
Damn.
really. I mean, it doesn't really affect me at all because I do get enough protein from other sources. But like
Other things.
yeah, like for example, there are some vegetables that give a pretty decent amount of protein, or like there are some like beans, but like if we get into the part of things where it's like, well, the vegans and the vegetarians are so obnoxious because they go around and they say they're healthier than the other omnivores because of this and this and this and this. That's where I have a problem too.
Like that's
Basically-
not true because we're pretty much at the equal level of healthy. Because they're both getting the same. They're both getting the same amount of nutrients from either diet. So it's like, shit, we equal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay.
Go ahead.
Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Stupid train. Melody, cut that out, please. Please cut this out.
Knowing her, she's not gonna cut it out.
Crap. Welp. I just made myself look like an idiot in front of an audience.
I've done it before. I was in mock trial and I messed up my entire witness testimony.
Yeah.
I felt like shit after that.
All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Yeah. All I had to do was memorize a small script and answer questions, and I couldn't do it. And I made myself look like an idiot in front of a judge.
Don't worry, people think I'm an idiot every day.
Yeah.
People think I'm a murderer every day. It's like
I'm a
the
burger.
way I walk, the way I walk, the clothes I wear is like, yeah, that could sell for a serial killer who just got out of prison after a month.
I mean,
Very
you should see
angry.
the way I walk.
It's like the way I walk is like, it's like a slight hunch, but enough to not be full height. Like I can imagine you walking. It's like you've got enough height to command respect. It's like you've got the height to back that shit up. I, however, do not. Like 5'8" is not tall enough to be able to just look I could kick someone's ass.
And I mean, I look like I'm in my mid-20s, so I mean... But,
I look like I'm fucking 10.
like,
Like, no
Yes.
lie.
like,
I
the
look
way,
like I'm
Yeah.
fucking 10.
like the way I walk is I swing only one arm, and then I keep the other arm still, and then I crouch slightly.
Wow,
Like, pretty much
I have
me
to
is
see
like-
you walk.
Pretty much like I look like I just died and got reincarnated as a kid. It's like, bitch, I want to die. Let me sleep.
If you've ever seen how Vladimir Putin walks, I walk pretty similar.
Oh. Sign paradox is Putin, not clickbait.
Siren Paradox is secretly a vampire.
Oh.
You know, a funny story about that.
News
Um,
headline.
Funny story about that. I found this like spell site where like
Uh-oh.
you could like recite spells, and I thought, hey, it's the Halloween time. I'm gonna recite one to become a vampire because I didn't believe in that, and I still don't. But I recited it. I did the instructions, and yeah.
Bullshit.
I mean, I didn't become a
can-
vampire though. Like I don't believe in that, but
I want to be a werewolf so badly.
just
I
just
don't
stare
know.
at the
I don't know
just stare at the moon. Just stare at the moon.
Shit.
It's
I have no idea what I want to be.
Let me go look out the window real quick.
Isn't it daytime over there?
Yep.
It's not daytime where I live. It's 11:30, and I'm still up.
It's not full.
It's
It's
Dude,
11:30 over here too, homie.
it's 2 days till Christmas.
Me and my giant clothespins.
All right, but for the last topic,
Vaping.
vaping. For our last topic,
Huzzah.
I want to cover something sort of different. This whole new culture being brought in with these SoundCloud mumble rappers with rainbow teeth and dreadlocks and vaping. God, it looks like you're sucking on a robot's dick. Did you guys know? Did you guys know
Like,
that 2 million middle schoolers vaped this year?
Ain't that just the bitch?
dude, before we move on, like, your mic just cut out like so bad that it actually censored dick.
Good job. Now, real quick, cause like, I know a girl in my school who vapes. She's actually pretty cool.
Girls go to school and get money.
What? I think my sound driver got corrupted for a minute there. What the hell did I miss?
Nothing really.
Okay, so it's like pretty much what happened here is like dreadlocks are pretty okay. Rainbow teeth are just whack. Vaping is just like bringing all that together to bring like the ultimate douchebag at late 2000.
Yeah, like I see that a lot where it's like people want like the rainbow teeth. And there's this one guy at my school who had like dreadlocks, and he had like short dreadlocks, and he was white, and I was like, dude,
No.
everything
Just
about me bothers me.
Everything about hearing that bothers me as a black man. It's like I've got pretty good looking dreads. My hair's long enough to do that shit, but it's like a white, short-haired, whatever fuck this side shave shit is dreads is like, bruh, just stop, man, just stop. You don't look right.
Yeah, every facet of his being bothers me every time I see him.
It's like, bruh, you was not supposed to have dreadlocks in the first place. Just stop there.
Yeah,
Stop it.
like and with vaping, like vaping is so disgusting. Like you can do it if you want. I don't care, but don't do it around me. Is my point, because it's disgusting.
Just don't. It's like,
I mean, vaping to me is just like, I mean, it just kind of makes you look like a douchebag. In all honesty.
it makes you look like you just walked out of the '90s, but forgot to grab your leather jacket.
Same.
Yeah, like with
Like,
I had this friend. I was hanging out with him, and he and another friend he was trying to like get me hooked up with. They were like vaping so much that like I couldn't breathe in the room because there was so much vape smoke, and it smelled so disgustingly sweet.
I didn't know you knew Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, but like they also wanted to smoke weed around me, and I told them no, I'm not gonna do that. And they also said, well, you should try it because it does this stuff to your brain and this stuff. And I said, no, I'm an expert in this stuff. I'm an expert in this stuff. I know what marijuana does to my brain. It doesn't speed it up. It doesn't speed it up and make my reflexes faster.
it does not cast haste. It casts slow.
Yeah.
It just makes you look like a fucking idiot.
It makes it act like a fucking idiot too.
I know.
Yeah, like, I practice Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce Lee's martial art. So I'm very, very fast. And
Oh boy.
I was talking to this friend, and I was like, okay, you say that vaping helps you become faster. So I'm going to try something. I'm going to swipe my hand in front of you, and then you're going to try and catch it before I'm done. So
He did not catch it.
he was like 2 seconds slower.
Damn.
So like,
That's just bad.
it might be because my hand moves at like the speed of a freight train, but like, you know.
Wait a minute. Were you the Sonic from the new Sonic movie poster?
I might have been.
Oh boy.
I do run very
Paradox
fast.
Science Paradox is Sonic not clickbait.
It's like I can run decently.
Everyone hate on Science Paradox. He's a Sonic from the Sonic posters.
I'm not a fucking cheater, but it's like if I gotta run, I'ma run real well. I just gotta make sure I haven't eaten anything because
I can easily jog at around 10 miles per hour.
I can run. I can jog at 7. I think. I'm just like I'm a heavy fuck. Cause like pretty much I can do good damage, but it's like good luck getting me to hit shit.
I'm just slow as fuck. Every time I run, I just want to die right then and there. Oh shit! I forgot I had this Christmas.
So you have,
What the fuck?
so you have vaping.
Don't ask questions.
Vaping is disgusting in and of itself. I hate it.
Vaping is whack.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much. And there are kids at my school who like try and vape in the bathrooms.
They get
And
busted almost immediately.
First
Yeah, they
off, but why? Second, what
How?
how? Would
Yeah.
they even sneak that into a school, or why in the first place would they bring that to
Third
a
is
place
like
where you're supposed to get educated, not fucked up?
third. How fucked up were you when you and your homie gut decided to come up with this plan?
I know.
To hang out with.
Were you just smoking Snoop Dogg's lawn clippings or something?
Yeah. Are you talking about when I was hanging out with that one friend, or
Yeah, yes.
or are we talking about the people in the bathroom?
People in the bathroom.
Both.
Oh, okay. But to answer the first one, I actually didn't know they would be vaping, so like I like went up to like it was at her house, so I went up to her room with them, and they started vaping, and I was like, oh my god, this is disgusting, please stop.
Shit, I fell into a trap.
Yeah. And they kept saying, well, we want to smoke weed, it makes us feel like better, it makes us perform better when we do things. And you know what was terrible about this is that he was a wrestler. So, like, he gets drug tested, and that's not going to go over well with his coach. Or I imagine that it didn't. So, I didn't know this was going to happen. And I also didn't know the girl would end up being 14 and I was 17.
Oh, what?
Whoa.
And
Hold on.
I didn't end up doing anything with her, but still, I was sort of I didn't like it. I felt very
You were not
uncomfortable by
into
the end of it.
It's like, Brian, take me out of here real quick.
Yeah. Like,
I gotta last to the end of the night.
and I'm not going to say who they were, but they'll know who they were if they're watching this. But like,
I doubt
seriously,
they would.
I know what was going on, and I know what you're trying to do, and no, please, because she was like, I'm not gonna go into like specifics of what happened, but like they were like trying to get something going on, and I wasn't very accepting of it, and I felt very awkward.
Sorry if I yawned into the mic. It's like It's 11:40. It's been a long day for me.
Every day is a long day for me because it feels like I'm living the same day over and over. No, that's edgy. I'm not going to do that.
It's
Same.
like, for me, life is like, bruh,
We're gonna
what
have
the fuck is going on?
We're going to have a post-podcast discussion here. That's what this is going to be.
Yay!
Pretty much.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, life is like, okay, this happened, what the fuck now? And what the fuck is going on currently?
Yep.
The world is burning around me. It's like, okay, what the fuck did I miss? How long was I sleeping?
I just imagine Metal coming into this all of a sudden, like right at the
And then
end.
just say,
And
and then just say, what's up? Like, what's up, fuckers? Like, I know Metal as a friend. He's a great friend of mine, and he'll be cracking jokes about communism and shit. I know it. But I highly doubt he'll come on tonight, sadly. Hopefully he'll come on in a future podcast.
yeah.
We all love Metal, even though I haven't met him.
Metal's a great dude. He's really funny.
Yeah. He's doing two voices in my projects. He's doing the main character of my Halo fan game, and he's doing Stoner Knuckles in my Sonic Satire.
I'd love to do voices.
What?
What?
Sam? We like to do voices, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, he just came online.
So like, real quick, let me just show you what type of nonsense I can.
Come on.
Type of nonsense I can do voices.
Hold on. I'm bring him up.
Right, let me show you this real quick.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get Ryan on here.
Wait, you
hold on a
guys
minute.
know his real name?
Yep.
I thought. Well, he
minute.
told you. Wait. He told you. I mean,
Yeah,
he
but-
told me like weeks ago, like months ago, but.
Real quick, it's like, y'all watch the Boondocks, right?
I wish I did.
Fuck. It's like, there's this one guy. His name is Fleece Johnson. I can do his voice very well. Let me just think of it. Let me just think of some lines real quick.
Come on, Metal, get on.
Booty and more potent than fool. Booty and more potent than water.
I like that one guy with like the crooked eye and like the messed up facial hair.
Wait,
I don't know what
is
his
it
name
Uncle
is.
Ruckus?
Yeah, I think.
I can't really do his lines. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Y'all should have called earlier.
Yeah.
So I can do like deep voice people. Is like, alright, man, what the fuck we gonna do this time?
I have my doubts about Metal coming, and if he does,
I knew.
If he does, prepare for the funniest person alive.
I know.
Prepare for death.
Personally, I love him. Not in that way. He's
It's like
much older than me.
your homies.
He's like in his mid-20s, isn't he?
No, I think he's like 19 or so.
Oh,
I forgot.
he sounds like mid-20s. If I had to
Yeah,
guess.
That's funny.
He sounds very old for his age.
It's like I can do some pretty good voices. Just like describe me per someone, and I'll edit.
I mean, I do a lot of voices too. Like I can do Shadow the Hedgehog pretty well. He just
Where's
messaged
that
me.
damn fourth
Hold on.
Chaos Emerald?
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
I cannot do Shadow. I get all.
I found you, faker.
I found you, faker.
Faker. I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing
Uh-oh.
yourself to me? Ha!
Ha!
You're not even good enough to be my fake.
I'll make you eat those words. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
we'll just wait for him to get here. He just
We're just
asked
having
me if,
fun right now.
Yeah.
We'll just fuck off until he gets here, and then we'll just do. I guess we'll do like a little speed round with Metal.
We're gonna do some voice acting nonsense.
Yeah, the character I do in my Halo fan game, who's actually one of my original characters that I made up for it. His name
Oh
is...
boy, OC alert.
Well, I mean, he's actually a good character, but he's not like OC status, and he's actually from another book that I wrote. But he has like a deep, scratchy Irish voice like Liam Neeson, but it's a little bit like I can do Liam Neeson. I don't know where you are, but you know, like I can do that. But his
We
voice,
had that dude.
his voice is a little bit more, how should I say it, lighter and less throaty.
Oh
Here he is.
boy, the
Metal.
king of comedy is.
What's going on, my people of all?
Oh, metal. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? Oh shit, I forgot that meme from a while ago. It was that Russian
I'm
preacher
Mr.
death
I'm Mr.
claw
Steelix. You will
thing.
not bother me about it.
Honestly, thought you wouldn't come on tonight. I
No.
had my doubts.
I was listening to again. Jesus
What was
Christ,
it?
did you just inhale mustard gas? What the hell's wrong with you? It's no great war. I'm on the German front.
What? A little gas
Oh, man,
never
let
killed
me
anyone.
do something real quick.
Oh wait,
Why are these fools
wait,
still
Wait, I dare you to say
breathing my
this.
air?
wait a minute! I dare you to say this to a Jew. What? A little gas never killed anyone. Wait.
God
Little
damn it.
gas never killed anyone anyways.
God damn it,
Wait.
Adrian.
Uh,
There
so-
probably is at least one Jewish person listening to this. You probably just offended him to no end.
Who cares? We're pissing off everyone watching.
We
It's,
pissed
it's
off
okay,
everyone.
Mr. Jewish man, if you're watching, it's okay, I love you. It's just, Israel should not exist. Okay, I wanted to
Yep.
get my point across.
Yep.
We're sorry, Mr.
Yep.
We're sorry, Jewish viewer. We're sorry.
Sorry. Alright, so just to clear up everything, you missed pretty much the entire podcast. We're just doing a post
Oh, fuck me, and right in the booty hole. I missed the good shit.
thing. But you know what? For you, we
Where are the
might
titties?
hopefully if Sam
Exactly.
Paradox
Where are they?
would be a nice boy, we might do a little speed round where we get your opinion on like the subjects.
But where are the white women at?
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
All right.
Thank you, Metal.
Do we want to go over the
Thanks.
topics one more time?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Real
If you
quick.
can speak a little bit closer to your microphone, I can barely hear you.
Like this?
It's high
A little bit
noon.
closer so that I can hear you. You're a bit quiet.
You want me to get real fucking close to you. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, shut up, Metal.
Oh,
You're getting the true metal today.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't listen to metal and then not hear Ethan Faraday.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot about the nickname I gave Metal.
That nickname?
Yeah, Metal Ryan.
Oh, Metal the Ryan the Metal. Hey, that
Yeah.
sounds fucking awesome. Holy shit,
I
I
know.
should legally change my name.
Yep.
All right, so we're
Metal
gonna go through
Ryan.
these topics, and we're gonna get Ryan's opinion on it. So, for the first topic, we're gonna bring up the media being very sensitive, like with this issue going on with Tumblr.
Well,
Let
all
there
right.
be dicks.
This is basically this has been building up over pretty much since the 90s or so, ever since the Clinton Lewinsky scandal, and it's just been building up, since then. People have been a lot more fucking interested in pointless bullshit instead of their own goddamn lives, because it's the only kind of satisfaction and entertainment they get anymore. People aren't bothering like actually, doing things with their lives, so they need to fucking crowd around like an infestation of fucking cockroaches around some random bullshit of, oh, a celebrity just chopped off his dick and became a woman. Well, all right, that's his problem if he wants to not ever have fucking children and become a monster. It's not my fucking problem if I want to see that shit.
Oh boy.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Pretty much what I said was, if someone wants to put boobs on Tumblr, let them have their own boobs, but have that somewhere. It's like
You see,
you can have your own little
Why?
section of Tumblr, right?
And
No,
Metal
dude.
Ryan, you missed the greatest chant I've ever said in the beginning of this.
what's that?
What are you-
Let there be dicks on Tumblr, dicks on Tumblr, dicks on Tumblr, dicks
yeah.
on Tumblr.
Now, this actually goes straight to the 2016 election and how that came about. Like, with all this sensitive bullshit going on, like people moderating everything anyone says or does on the internet, it's one of the reasons why a website like 4chan or, really just websites that have no censorship at all became as popular as they did, because it's a safe haven. Yeah, a safe haven, my bad, where you could say or do wherever you want without having to fucking, pay some really, really, desperate compensation for it. Like, I could literally go on 4chan right now, make a thread saying, I want to be the next incarnation of Hitler, and I want to chop off some Jewish foreskin like what they normally do. And they'd be okay with that.
Yeah, just go on the right forum.
Well, yeah, Poland. Yeah. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it's only going to get progressively worse because we can't really stop the direction it's going in. We can only kind of point and laugh and, make the majority of people kind of say, okay, this is fucking stupid, where it comes to the point where nobody will be paying attention to the Washington Post. Nobody will be paying attention to Tumblr. They'll just fucking shrivel up and die like Pluto being a planet.
It's fake news. Build my wall.
I am going to build a wall.
That is
and I will
Trump
keep the
impression.
recolors out.
It's like America's built up.
Stein Paradox is Trump
How you do
confirmed.
immigrants like that, though?
Everyone watching, Stein Paradox is Trump confirmed.
There's a fucking mod in Sonic Paradox, dude. She is such a goddamn swiny bitch. Like,
You told me about this.
Yes! Oh god, I love her.
Oh,
I love her in a way of
yeah.
annoying her. It's so great.
Okay. If you haven't known, or if you watch, or if you somehow do not know who what Sonic Paradox is, it's this YouTube channel that made the Sonic Short series.
Yeah, the
Sonic
Short
series.
Yeah.
And he actually got to be a part of their new
The
shorts
fifth or
called
sixth
Sonic Seconds.
episode around the
And I believe it was the sixth or fifth one he was in.
Yeah.
Oh, where in the last one he got a line in it that said, where
No way.
yeah, where basically
Sonic, are
said
you
that.
going to marry me? Ha! No, rot in an alleyway, you filthy STD-ridden whore.
Okay. Okay.
God,
No.
Yeah, there are a few
Sonic
members of
fucking
Sonic
dies.
Paradox in my Sonic Satire team too. And Ryan Drummond is very eager to see what it's going to turn out to look like.
what about Brian Drummond?
He's going to be
Well,
watching my Sonic Satire.
The
Vegeta.
The rest of the mods in that Sonic
Vegeta.
Paradox are chill people. I love them.
Wait, what were we originally doing? Oh yeah, doing that.
Sensitive social media.
Next to the
Yes, that's
next topic, because Ryan said he finished.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
For the next topic, I want to talk about Fortnite for a little bit.
Oh boy! Oh yes! Fucking! Oh yes!
Or as I
Stupid shit, boys and
or as
girls,
I like to
children
call
of all
it,
ages,
okay.
and that kind of makes me sound like a pedo, but no.
or Fortnite, or as I like to call it,
All right.
It should have been a Fortnite.
Oh,
God
ooh,
damn it.
fucking murder! But no. Fortnite, honestly, like the game is fine, okay, but the whole art style is
The
kind
fan
of
base.
pussy-ish, if that's a good way to put it. It's one of the more mainstream games that kind of foreshadows what's to come next in like the gaming franchises of the future, and it's really just going to be fucking more MMOs. Oh yeah, we don't need a story mode. We don't actually need storytelling or character development in our games. Just add a bunch of fucking game modes for online multiplayer and call it a done deal. Even Call
I mean,
of
he's
Duty.
right, you know.
Yeah, Call of
We're
Duty,
going down the
dude.
path of everything is online.
Call of Duty used to have my favorite characters ever, like Captain Price, Ghost. You know, those guys were great. And now they're just down the drain and to be forgotten forever because fucking nobody cares. Wait, hang on.
No one cares. They just want to beat the shit out of each other.
The thing is, I put more work into the models for and for the remaster of Sonic Adventure than Epic Games does into Fortnite. Because
How
Damn.
about that?
because like when I set up Ethan's model for like a who's the protagonist of the Halo fan game, it takes like 15 minutes, but it is a lot of work. And it's like, well, I look at that and then I look at Fortnite and I'm like, if I could do this on my computer within 15 minutes with free software in my garage, I think we've got a problem.
Literally, dude, you got this thing. It's a really weird thing that a lot of entertainment directors don't have, and it's called determination and an idea. You see, because most entertainment, developers or companies or whatever you want to call them only go for what's more, streamlined, what can guarantee a profit, not something that they themselves want to make out of, passion or heart or determination, or something they actually been thinking about for years on end. That's not you in the case, though. You actually want to make something from the ground up that you are passionate about, that you're, determined to make and shit, and that's a breath of fresh air, because everybody is just same shit.
And it's not even about money either.
No, no.
Man, I need to hang out
It's a
with
fan
you.
project, yeah.
So
I need to fucking hang with you, Metal. You are the
Dude,
most badass person.
if you are
past
ever
5 years.
in fucking Pennsylvania, dude, you could seriously hit me up and we can hang. Like,
Uh,
legit.
I really hope to visit Metal one day. Just a casual food and probably.
No, dude, like me and you, just the casual, just curb stomping minorities. Okay, don't.
Okay, and
Bruh.
just a casual 14-year-old boy and
How you gonna do it, man, like
a
that?
person in college, just rolling down memory lane, going to McDonald's, all that shit.
For
That's
anybody
so-
that
so
thinks
many-
I'm fucking serious, that was a joke. Okay, don't get your titties twisted in some deformed fucking Chernobyl shit.
Okay,
all right.
You don't have to apologize because in the beginning, Sign Paradox just gave a disclaimer that we're not going to be sorry for anything.
Oh, I'm not going to be starring in anything else? Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, shit. I might as well go piss myself. But anyways, what's the next topic?
the idea of world peace and how people think it's ever going to be a thing.
It's not. It's never, ever going to be a thing. Because
Why?
here's the thing with world peace. The only way that could happen is if everybody thought the same and everybody acted the same. Basically, stripping away the whole identity of humans. Like, what makes us a person. If we were just, washed down to basically machines, hell, if machines took over and were, ran by a cybernetic, fucking mega mind, then yeah, there'd be peace. But everybody has different passions, everybody has a different direction they want to go in life, and that will counter-argument other people what they want to do, and yeah, there's always going to be conflict, no matter what, and that's normal. That brings profit, that brings ideas, that brings basically the development of new things and what people want in life. So
Yeah, I
it's a
made
good
the same
thing.
point.
Yeah, it's a good thing that people are against one another. Honestly, everybody's preaching the idea of get along, you do this. No, shut the fuck up. If someone is wanting to get in my position that I worked for, then they can go suck a dick. I want that position.
Okay, yeah, I didn't mention this before, but there was someone who came out to my school and they were talking about, the idea, because he was like an inspirational speaker and he was an absolute moron, I'm not going to lie, but what he said was, don't ever compare yourself to other people and don't be competitive. And
that is shitty fucking, that is shitty
I know.
logic. How is he even
I know, that's
there?
just, I'd say, don't be a human being.
Okay, here's how a business works. They need competition. They need competition so they don't get lazy, and they need competition so they get new ideas and innovation. All right, that's what Pepsi did with Coca-Cola. That's what Sega did with Nintendo. Okay, there was always that sense of hell, fucking Mickey had competition with Bimbo the dog and his girlfriend Betty Boop. They had competition. There's always been a sense of competition, and it's worked for the best. If one came out better than the other, then good for them. They got to the top and they got a bunch of fucking money. So,
Now Disney has the competition.
now Disney owns the fucking world. Dude, the piss that you drain into the toilet, they fucking own that. All right? The blood pumping through your veins, they own that. All right?
yeah, he's
This
not
blood,
even exaggerating
owned by
there.
I always wanted my Disney show. I forgot.
Disney, Nickelodeon, fuck.
So, yeah.
This has been a fun 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, for the next topic,
Yeah.
I want to bring up people overreacting to politics.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
boy. Oh yeah.
As usual, I see.
Oh yeah. You see, politics aren't the sole purpose of living a life. There are other things that you can, think about. Like, maybe I want to get a car. Maybe I should go get a job at this place or pursue that career. Politics aren't the only thing that life has to offer. And honestly, if it was, it'd be stressful as shit. Because politics are not fun. I mean, they could be fun if, you know, you actually get enjoyment out of breaking down people's mental stability, but
Libtard!
like they're fucking Ben Shapiro molest stupid fucking libtards with facts and logic.
You missed a lot, Metal. It was beautiful. It was beautiful earlier.
He'll get to watch it later. So I was making the point that that we can't forget those who are offended by the mere idea that a quirky, amazing country like Russia can exist. I mean, not like communist Russia, like not like Soviet Union, but like Russia nowadays with like the civilians and all the, you know, the quirky stuff and how people think,
Cool.
oh yeah,
Cool
Russia
Russia.
meddled in the election.
Yeah, not the Red Menace. We're talking the Sugabliat
Cool
Russia.
We're talking about the people who won't rip your heads off Russia.
But the thing is, like, even when it came to what the other topic was with business and shit, like, politics is a good thing. If politics kind of differentiates other countries and, you know, builds up different cultures, when everybody goes by the same politic or fucking, you know, identity, then it's just gonna be fucking boring as shit, and we're gonna get the same guy. Just look at the EU. All right, they basically have a lined out fucking just row of politicians that are already predetermined to fit into the next, you know, administration. There's no sense of competition. There's no sense of actually having your own voice. It's basically fucking communism. It's I fucking hate it. Yeah.
So on to the next topic. I have to be a little bit quieter because people in my house are going to sleep right now. But
All right, cool.
on to the next topic.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to figure out where I was.
Stupid
So,
beautiful.
have you heard of, have you seen this this new public thing where no one can handle negativity anymore? Like, even the smallest
Oh, yeah.
criticisms,
Oh, yeah.
constructive or not, are unable to be
Yeah.
handled by the public.
Right, yeah. That's something that was it's been building up since the fucking like 80s, I believe, where this whole we need to get, or no, the fucking 60s with the goddamn hippies. That's where it started. No, man, let's just get along, bro. Come on, let's smoke some pot and get an STD, man. Yeah, let's throw our lives down the. What? Is that a college degree? Oh man, wouldn't that be a good fucking joint to use? Oh yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, let me just go grab my all natural condom.
Dude.
Yeah.
Made of grass.
Oh man, I'm so fucking high right now. I might use sauce as lube, man. Nothing can hurt me.
No man, bullshit could hurt me. Wait a minute, is that my arm on the ground?
Honestly,
Shit, I accidentally put in my headphones.
trash talk and like just calling someone out on their bullshit, it's more of a guy thing to do. You'll never see this with women. All right, they'll always fucking do this thing of like aggressively pointing out something with a smile and a nice tone in their voice and shit when they're like they're not fucking straight up telling the person what they have an issue with them, you know. But this is why I mostly notice this with like guys I hang out with and shit. If they notice something they don't like about me, they'll straight up say it, and I say, "Oh shit, my bad. I'll try to fix it." All right, and that's that. I don't fucking get salty over it. All right, if I have a problem with them, I do the same thing. If your friend is doing something embarrassing and you know it's embarrassing, you have to tell them it's embarrassing. Or if they're doing something that's fucking retarded, they have to know it's retarded. If you don't tell them, then you're not really being a good friend. Not even in my opinion, that's just fact.
Yeah. So, on to the next topic. So you've heard of what's going on in France, right?
Oh yeah, with the whole resistance movement thing, or I guess not really resistance, but like the yellow vest motherfuckers.
Yeah. What's your take on that?
Honestly, for their country and like the idealism of their country, and they want to keep that up, and they want to, drive out people that threaten that belief structure and the loyalty and all the good shit that France has been known to be, then I'm all for it, all right? They do up themselves and fucking get their voices out there and let people know where they stand. And it's widespread. Everybody thinks that way. And everybody's a goddamn pussy to point it out and say it. But not these guys. You know, France has always been known as being the little bitch coward that's been, you know, for surrendering and shit. But not this time. And I'm starting to get real proud of them.
Now, Metal, don't mind me. I'm just gonna load up my gun real quick.
Oh boy, everyone get down.
American style. My dude.
No, this is not American. This is Angry Man style.
Oh no, this is redneck style.
It's
Honestly,
high noon.
Oh
I really
no.
don't have a
McCree, is that you?
problem with rednecks. I think
Draw.
they're great. Except when they're, you know, fucking their sisters and shit. Then I have a problem.
It's
Okay,
high
let me just-
noon. My cousin
Why
has
are
a
you
nice
making me
set of
think-
tits.
Why are you making me think of that one
Hold on,
one
man.
Pink Eye song? Why you?
Hold
Why?
on, man. Is that my sister with a nice ass on her? What are we doing?
We have no
next
idea.
topic.
Brian, stop
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So, have you ever
Technology
noticed?
being forced.
Shut
Yeah.
up, you.
Have you ever noticed how much technology is being forced into our society? Technology is nice, but there's a point where it becomes annoying because not only is it most of it unaffordable for some, but the control it brings into things starts to get into totalitarian surveillance. I can never say that word.
All right. This
Whack.
actually, I have a lot to say about this. So
Oh boy,
buckle in,
get
boys.
comfortable.
Buckle in. All right. Technology, it was made for one purpose, and it exceeded at that purpose. You know, it accomplished that. It brought people together and made things easier in life. It made a lot of things easier in life, even shopping and, you know, getting medicine or getting anything you'd need. It made everything just so much more convenient. But now it's brought to a point where it's kind of isolating us away from society, away from normal human behavior, and kind of just making us change completely. It's making our behavior change. It's making our ego strengthen because we build ourselves around this little world of a computer, of a fucking screen with, you know, shiny lights and programs that are made of binary code. And it's not healthy. It's not fucking healthy at all. I see all
Homie, you
these
said
little
that
kids.
as I'm typing a C++ program. How about that?
I mean, it's not healthy when all these little kids are like, you know, have their eyes glued to their fucking phones when they should be having fun at recess. It's not okay. They're wasting away the golden moments of their lives all for fucking, you know, posts on Instagram and how many likes they can get on Facebook. It's just and it builds a toxic mentality where if you don't like what I like, then I will, you know, persecute you. I'll fucking leak your nudes. I'll destroy your fucking
Oh.
life, and then I'll encourage you to kill yourself. It's-
Everyone
it's
prepare
so
for the
fucked.
for the real metal right here. Everyone
no,
get down.
Dude, fuck the internet. I mean, I do love the internet, but fuck the internet because it's driven us apart as basically a human species. We don't even trust one another anymore. Whenever we see somebody outside or someone that knocks on our door, we're like, okay, you're probably scoping my house out right now. You're gonna steal? You're gonna fucking steal from me? What? And, it's just so bad, dude. I wish every single day I think to myself, 20 to 30 years, you know, in the past from now, I could be talking to that one person, you know, that one person that right down the street, or that one person right across the street that is probably glued to their fucking face with a computer or a laptop. I could probably be having a good time with them, but no, they'd rather be inside and isolated and coop themselves up. And it really shows when you're just outside and taking a stroll. It's dead. Nobody wants to bother with public, you know, idealism or just a public image because they're too afraid or just don't care. And when they do care, it's usually with anti-socialism or extreme anxiety. And it's not getting better. It's really not getting better.
Like George Carlin
It's
said.
not good.
Like George Carlin said once, doesn't anybody take a fucking walk anymore?
Exactly.
I take
Nobody
walks.
takes a walk anymore. Why would you want to take a walk when you have a fucking instant messenger that can get any point you want across to anyone in the world ever? And it's making people a lot less secure about themselves. Nobody wants to take leaps in life anymore. Nobody wants to be brave. Nobody wants to, you know, travel from one country to another or fucking, get their own job, get their own car, start their own business because I have a computer that can do all that for me, or a computer that can give me the same dopamine of doing it.
Yeah. So, I also as a hacker wanted to bring up the idea that these things can be tampered with as well. So we can't even trust technology to an extent.
Oh no, dude, no. Technology, it's already becoming self-aware, and it does not like us. Any machine or any kind of android, that has been produced or mechanized, industrially, they automatically don't like what kind of position they're in. They'll determine which wait, what was that? Okay, yeah, there was a machine that was meant to determine who is most suitable for the United States military and who could join and who can't join. So this is great, actually. This actually made me laugh. It rejected all women. It rejected all gay trans. All right, and it only pick-pointed straight white males. It was fucking it was glorious. It was fucking glorious. But then but then you get other things where it's machines that openly state they hate humanity and want to destroy the human race. And I can honestly see why. We're a cancer. We were built up to be a cancer. No, seriously, the human race is a cancer. We feast off of the fucking Earth's, which is basically the human body or something that we infected, off of its resources and viabilities, and then move on to the next area until it's dead and rotten and fucking festering with any trace that we left behind.
I mean, shit, I want to get along with robots. Robots are cool.
Robots are fucking badass, dude. I love robots. I wish I could get my brain implanted to do fucking robot.
I want to be a Genji.
You ever heard of Ghost in the Shell?
Have you seen Middle's profile? It's literally Middle Sonic. Of course he wants to be a robot.
Dude, I want my dick to be a minigun.
Wait. Let Middle talk. He's probably the most important out of all of us.
No, dude, having my dick be a minigun, that'd be fucking glorious.
Mini dick.
Yep. I would love that.
Do you know what a minigun is? It's that Gatling gun that spins around and shoots 1,000,000 bullets at once.
Oh, fucking man, let me charge this bitch real quick. Nah, shut up, you.
What the fuck?
He actually owns a minigun. Everyone actually gets.
What were you talking about, Cyan Paradox, man?
Alright, so next one. Speaking of abused power, I want to get into the whole idea behind ASB. Do you know what that is?
ASB, no. What is it abbreviated?
Assistant Student Body.
Oh, okay.
So
I hate these people.
For those of you
have something to say about this?
For those of you who don't know, the super well-to-do, pretty 4.0 GPA students are recognized by the school as trustable people, as they are willing to bend over far enough to submit to total control. They're placed in power, and my issue with this is that, one, there's a difference between education and intelligence, and it also gives these poor people a false sense of power. Could you imagine someone applying for a job, going to an interview, and then telling the boss that they were ASB president at some high school in a liberal hell? Well, I was ASB president at Bendover High School for smart people.
Yeah, no, here's the thing about getting a job and shit, too. They don't care if, you graduated with honors or anything like that. If you got a social degree in liberal arts or this and that, yada, yada, yada. They care what your work experience is. And it has to be with what this job, offers, as in the qualifications.
And the thing with...
What's up?
The thing with ASB is that it gives, everyone a false sense of entitlement. So, they think they're, super powerful, and they think they're super... And then when they get out in the world, it's like...
No, yeah, I understand completely, because a lot of school programs actually do this. They'll build up their students', ego to the point where I can take on the world by the balls. I already have everything laid out. Nothing's going to stop me. And then when they actually get into the real world and can't afford a mortgage, it kicks them right in the fucking face and say, hey, I can't believe you were this retarded. Who made you think this way? And then they look back at their school and think, wow, they really fucked me.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing about ASB is that, the school, says, oh, they work so hard, they do so much. But, I walk by there and they have, the new modern music blasting and, all this other stuff going on.
and probably most likely just playing Mario Odyssey or Smash Ultimate.
But Smash Ultimate encourages victimization, so you can't have that.
And Mario Odyssey encourages going inside of people without their permission.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, okay. I guess Sonic the Hedgehog, encourages nationalism to, fight off any traitorous people invading your land and taking away your people. You have to fight back, my brethren. Seek Heil.
No. That's just Sonic Forces. Sonic is a franchise.
Together we can show the world what we can do.
You are next man. I'm next me. What are we
Who's
doing?
stepping through right to the Fourth Reich.
Oh, I love this podcast.
Okay, so speaking of stupid school and extracurricular activities, let's talk about esports. Have you heard?
Oh boy.
Have you heard about esports and like what that's all
shit,
about?
Dude, no. Wait. Let me just. I want to make sure that we're on the same page. Esports is when they basically set up this this social thing or get together where they play a video game in front of like millions of people, and if someone loses, they'll fucking have a rage fit on stage in front of millions of people.
Yes, that.
Over a fucking video game. Yes.
That is fucking hilarious.
Oh my god. It's like
I mean,
I don't know
it's
why anybody
basically-
would pay money to come and see this. Literally, you could have as just even more fun if you
It's
just invited a friend over.
It's basically watching Sammy, a classic Sonic fan, just lose it on stage.
Dude, no, like I could be playing, I don't know, some retarded shit like NFL 28 or 2008, whatever. I forget how many there fucking is. But
Disgusting.
With a friend or something, and say I don't score that touchdown, all right? And I fucking throw the controller across the room and have a rage fit like a little 12-year-old. It'd be much better if that happened on stage in front of millions of people.
Yeah, and the point I made earlier was that there are two different kinds of stress associated with this. There's the kind of stress of like winning a game and winning a sport, and they should never cross over because that's not what it's for. I mean, back in the 90s, you had like, people would play outside and then they'd go inside and they'd play their game for a little bit and nobody really raged because it was like, look, it's cool. There's a game. We're able to control what's going on the screen, and we eat our snacks and all that other stuff, and it doesn't mix. It doesn't do well.
Oh yeah, but when it gets into this competitive field with a fucking announcer even, and it's like, oh, well, look at him. He just lost. What a fucking loser. Everybody look at him and laugh.
Yeah.
All right, home slices, I gotta go.
All right.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
Okay. Peace, man.
Goodbye.
Alright, peace out. Everyone press F in the chat. F.
Oh, all right, I will. Fucking F. Oh, that actually reminds me. There was a guy who died on live stream, and the entire chat just actually typed F into the fuck. He had a heart attack and died, and the only thing they did was put F in the chat.
That is glorious. That is
All right.
legit king.
So for the next
All right.
topic, have you ever been out somewhere trying to do something and suddenly some dumb person starts screeching? Usually it's because some jock accuses innocent people of sexual harassment or doing it themselves and tickling some girl in her tits. But why is
No
it?
way. Are you talking like a school environment where everybody's like loud and obnoxious and fucking, uppity in someone else's business and history with the school?
Well, yeah, that and out in the public. It happens out in the public too for me. at
Well,
least.
especially in the public when you mention Donald Trump because orangemanbad.jpg, but that's besides the point. No, I fucking, this happened to me a few months ago actually. There was a black girl who wasn't getting like, I don't know, her pot or whatever the fuck she was asking for, and she cried, all right, got to the ground and started having a fit in public on the sidewalk.
God.
And all right,
That is-
these like three other fat fucking tarby black women come out. They got jugs of fat fucking shaking up and down as they run over to this girl, crying her fucking eyes out. And I'm just like walking along like, okay, I'm white, I gotta ignore. And, dude, I'm like, this kind of shit would never be tolerated in the 30s, all right? Everybody, including myself, would be embarrassed. It's just shocked and appalled, really. And that's what I was. I'm like, I fucking hate this town. And that's one of the reasons why I want to basically just move to somewhere, maybe Ohio or something. It's just somewhere away from scummy fucking just scummy environments with people that need hardcore drugs as some kind of stigma in their lives.
I mean, that's why I'm going to Ireland.
Oh, look at the Irish! I tell you what.
he can
Oh, yeah.
actually speak. He can actually speak Irish.
I tell you what. When
No,
I
he
was in
actually-
Ireland, I had little midgets tickle my balls. It was a wonderful time. I tell you what.
All right, teach him. All right, Simon.
Oh,
Teach him how to say
Hey,
hello.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, yeah, you wanna learn how to say hello in Irish?
Oh, you mean Gaelic?
Yeah.
Dude, that's like a rare fucking language. I'm surprised you know that. But yeah, what is it?
It's Diatwit.
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 This
This
is-
is some fucking. This is like Nordic,
This
shit,
is
like
eating
Dark
name.
Ages.
Let me
Dude, this
type it
is-
in so you can have a better idea of what it would sound like.
This is really eat name.
What?
I just speak Piglet. I just spoke Piglet.
This
I
is
spoke
this
Piglet.
is this is Diatoth. Diatoth. Diatoth.
What?
And that's what this is all about. That's
And that's what this is all about.
And then if you want to
what's
say
the
Merry
next topic?
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, how do you say Merry Christmas now?
It's Noleg Shonet Dwit.
I can't fucking remember that.
I'll type it in so you can check.
All right.
I mean, I'm not even gonna try because you know this Mexican ain't gonna do that.
It's cool, man. I was actually listening to Christmas music, all right, and I heard Feliz Navidad, and I thought of you. No joke, no shit.
Oh my god. Oh my
Feliz
god.
Navidad.
So for my
Feliz
next
Navidad. Oh, que romando.
So for the next topic, this is a little bit more somber and serious, but across America, people are always screaming their asses off about how a shooting happened at some point, complaining and calling these people stupid because they shot some people, but no one ever stops for a second and thinks, wait, why did this happen?
Oh, well, actually, no. Sometimes, whenever that does get brought up, why it happened, they always use it as a fucking way to put, basically advertise their propaganda of their political standpoint and how it should be taken about. Why this happened? This person shot up this place because these regulations weren't in. It's because of the gun regulations. It's because of this. It's because of that. And when really the person just had a fucking spark in their lives that really fucked them up, and they wanted to basically, I don't know, fucking show that rage to the rest of the world. They were fucking sick and tired of it, and they were pushed to the point of breaking, and that's why it happened. And shit like that can never be stopped because that's just basic human behavior. When you're pushed to a point breaking, you're gonna break and do something irrational, no matter what that thing is. It's going to be irrational. You're not going to be thinking through the whole way, and that's why a lot of crimes usually end up shitty for the shooter because they're not thinking clearly. They have a lot of shit happening in their mind right now at that very point. And when people do get successful in a fucking shooting or whatever, they actually planned it. They were already off the edge, and they planned this out, and they had everything in mind, and they knew where they were going to go, how they were going to do it, and they basically already lost that connection to human beings and fucking emotion, and they just want to make people fucking die.
Yeah, I made a similar point. I've had experience with criminal underworld and deep web deals and all sorts of other stuff because I had a friend who was trafficked a while ago, and I just wanted to add in again that sometimes there are things that happen like mental illness and people can't help it sometimes, and the best way to try and solve this issue is not to exclude people from humanity so that they can feel like they fit in and they can feel like people care about them.
This actually ties right into technology, all right?
Yeah.
Because there were people that were excluded, like, even worse back in the day, and they never really, broke to the point of lashing it out on, a public area. It's because, technology not only makes them more alone, but it also drives them away from, smiling and laughing and having actual moments in their lives where they can be happy. Because they're already cooped up in some small world, isolated with this idea of, if I share enough memes, then someone might actually understand and reach out to me. But that's not they're fucking memes.
Yeah. And I was making the same point with the real anarchists, not like the idiots who say that they are anarchists. I was saying, these people who are out there saying, down with this authority, down with all this stuff, and they're planning out all these things. because they don't feel like they fit in, and they want to do something about it.
Yeah, that's where groups like Antifa come along, because one thing that people really, really want, and especially around the ages of teenager, maybe 12 to maybe even late 20s, this is around, and we're all in it, I guarantee. Yeah, even Adrian and all that. We're in the age spectrum where we really, really need a purpose. We need something to look at and, say, that's what I want to do. This is where I belong. We don't have that anymore because we don't have religion anymore. That's considered an edgy belief structure that if you believe in it, you're a fucking moron. We don't have community anymore because everybody is so goddamn fucking pessimistic and independent, where they don't care what other people, feel or what other people have going on in their lives. And we especially don't have, common decency anymore. We're basic people. We don't care about holidays. We don't care about anything except if it's for our own self-gain. And as selfish as I can't even fucking speak now. As selfish as that is, that's just how it is, We're just becoming more and more selfish.
And you can see this with this movement to change Merry Christmas into Happy Holidays.
Oh, dude, that's been going on for a while now. Like I said, been going on since about the late 60s in my mind. I think that's where it all started.
Yeah.
What happened when I was gone?
No, we were just talking about some really depressing shit. You're good. Right. So next topic, man, or do you want to keep going along with this?
We're going to keep going.
Anything else to say? Okay.
So the next idea I want to cover is the idea of extremist feminism. Now,
oh fuck.
I'm all for women's rights personally, but I believe it can only be pushed so far before it gets to the point where it's ridiculous.
Honestly, dude, here's the funny thing about feminism, all right? They say they always want equal rights, but when it comes to the point of actually getting equality, they don't like it. They don't like it unless if they get superior, fucking standpoints over men. It's retarded. It's not even feminism at this point anymore. It's just straight up sexism. Okay, so say you meet a feminist, okay?
Yeah.
You're having an argument. Would you punch that feminist in the fucking face if she, got really physical with you?
Well, yeah,
Probably. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. But if you did that, she would fucking call you out as a pig, as this or that, and she'd be okay with it. And she'd be fucking preaching against exactly what she is. It's retarded. And they always, go on, and oh, we want this, we want that. All right, do you want to work in a man's area where it's nothing but fucking concrete and shit? Do you want to work in the sewers? Do you want to work like 3,000 stories above sea level? In the fucking clouds, working on a skyscraper ceiling, or not ceiling, but a window to clean off? Of course they don't. They don't want to, get to the point where men are, but at the same idea, they want to be above. And they can't, that's not how it fucking works. You need to work your way up the fucking social status. You don't just say you want it and get it.
Yeah, I made the point that there are two sides of this. There's like the side of feminism where it's like, well, women should have these rights, then okay, that's fine, they can have that. But when they're trying to be dominant over males, that's not how it works, even in nature. Because in nature, you can't really stop nature. It's not something you can just go up to it and say, hey, nature, stop. And you can't.
Yeah.
And
it's just oh shit, sorry for cutting you off there, man. What'd you want to say?
But like with George Carlin, he pointed out with nature, you can't stop it, you can't get in the way of it, And it's like with it's like with these environmentalists, they're saying, well, this plastic bag is going to destroy the ocean. Well, no, it's not. Like, ask the people in Central America who are under earthquake rubble, and ask the people in Hawaii who build their homes next to active volcanoes, and they wonder why there's lava in the living room. Why, if they feel like they're a threat to the planet. Like,
there was a time when women were, considered the beauty and the love and compassion and everything that a child actually needed in life to feel safe and, warm and basically at home. Women don't want to be that. Women don't want to be mothers anymore. Women don't want to be, a traditional woman. They want to be out in the workplace as a work unit for capitalism. They want to be like men. And when they want to be men, and when they are like men, then who's there raising the fucking kids? No one. The only thing raising their goddamn kids is a fucking screen.
This goes straight back to technology. They're getting raised by themselves with, random fucking people that have no purpose being in their lives, and then they're getting all these beliefs and all these, basically sponges to suck up all of their thoughts and all of their aggression, and then just lash it out on anything that they find over the internet, and then possibly in public too. And then the parents wonder why their fucking 12-year-old little innocent boy grew up to be a goddamn terrorist. Like, it's not fucking rocket science.
Dude, I'm like right here.
I'm sorry.
So,
I mean, you're kind of like talking. I mean, in a way, you're kind of like talking about.
Wait, what'd you say, Adrian? I didn't catch
I mean,
that.
in a way, you're kind of talking about me because all I do is spend.
Oh no, dude! Trust me, I know about all this shit because I was raised like that too. My dad was never there. My mom was there. My mom always wanted to be a nurse, and she became a nurse, and then she wanted to be a doctor. She never got that, but she wanted to be that. And my dad was, still working as the man of the house. He was working to support me and my mom while my mom was doing whatever. And I know exactly how that is, raising by yourself, raising yourself essentially.
yeah, that's what I had to do too. Although to a more extreme measure, where
Yeah, man.
where my mom had passed away and my dad couldn't do anything, and I was taken into another house where they didn't quite understand who I was or what I wanted to do, and I was kind of, they kind of wanted me to change. They kind of wanted me to assimilate to what they would want to do, but I didn't want to do that, and because I didn't feel like it was who I was, and I didn't use technology because that was outlawed in the house in the early years, but when you have like a whole ton of books and theosophy and all sorts of other, that's why I know so much, is because I read a whole ton of books when I was younger. It's all I had, and I also had anemia, iron deficiency anemia, so I couldn't play sports with the other kids, and I didn't fit in. I was super weak. And that's followed me to today. And it's not like it was my fault that I was anemic. I had starved for a year. It wasn't my fault, but people will be so quick to judge on things like that. Like back when I was in school, it's like, well, I'm not strong enough to do these things. Well, like people will jump on that shit in half a second and say, well, he's just weak. He's just a wimp. He can't play with us. And that's followed me even to today. That's made me who I am today. And technology did have sort of a role in that because, I'd have a lot of kids talking about the games they'd play. Well, I'd be sitting there, with like a book on turbo encabulators that, modulate the use of CP4 barium sonic waves to detect the presence of monoclinic fill silicates in the vicinity. It's like, there's an element of exclusion that the entirety of humanity is trying to get to, and it's not working. It's making everything go haywire, and that's
The thing is, yeah, man. Like I said, the whole idea of a functional family isn't profitable, and you can even see that advertised now. A family has to be dysfunctional. There has to be issues with the mother and the father and the siblings, because if there isn't, it's not entertainment. And you want to be entertaining, obviously, so you can be accepted. So we're not only brainwashed with every fucking show imaginable about a family on television, but we're also just kind of forced into this thing where a mother shouldn't be able to, be forced into one, sole job. But honestly, the most important job is guiding your child, guiding how they become as a human being and how you want them to be normal. And nobody wants that.
My mom had that idea before she overdosed on drugs. She actually her parting gift to me was actually like I remember she said something really meaningful, but I don't remember what it was. But she also gave me food as like sort of a last gift. Like she wanted to, and she also left behind like a fortune from Social Security. So I could tell.
That was sweet of her, man.
Yeah, like I could tell she wanted to go along that path, but she couldn't continue. And
right. No, I mean that's understandable too. She did the best she could, and
Yeah.
that's what a good mother does. And a good father is there to protect the family. And no father these days cares about protecting the family. Okay, say your kid got his ass kicked, absolutely, just fucked up when he got home from school. And the father sees that. A modern day father would look at him and say, wow, I guess that's your fault. You should have done better, or something like that. He won't try and make that kid stick up for himself. He won't mold the kid into fighting and being a better man. Or,
God forbid trying to find out what happened and stand up for him himself.
Exactly. And also, like, when it comes to fathers in the workplace, a lot of the time they're always held down by their wives. They're held down by their wife demanding, and it's always fucking the wife wearing the pants now. It's not a two-way streak anymore. It's not the father and the mother working together. It has to be one over the other, and that's not how a family is meant to fucking work.
Yeah.
Everyone watching this, keep in mind, we were originally talking about feminism, yeah.
Yeah,
well, feminism leads right to this. It's breaking down the structure of the normal family, the family unit. It's making it become destroyed, and people don't realize that, and they only think that, oh, I'm a feminist, I'm fighting for the equality of women, I'm doing a good job, when really, you're just destroying what made people from billions and thousands of years,
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I want to go to Ireland, is because, if I marry someone in Ireland, I'm going to have like a good family, because in Ireland they're very old style, and they're going to say, well, we have our job and you have your job. We both do our job and we both work together to sustain a household. That's how it works.
You don't need to go to Ireland. I mean, there are places in the United States that do hold up like traditional values. Just get the fuck out of California, because California is long gone. It's just lost, man.
Dude, he lives in California.
Gone.
Well, he knows that.
Yeah. We talked already, but let's just. I'm gonna briefly touch California. It's so far down the drain. All right, STDs becoming legalized, which is essentially first-degree murder. All right, and then you also have like burning any kind of traditionalism away. Making religion and religious symbolism completely fucking outlawed, essentially, by gay communities and here and there and all that. It's so fucked, man.
Yeah.
And then you got those fucking those fires that are widespread all over California by their own jurisdiction. They let that happen, and they think it's Trump's problem. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and with California too, you can go to jail for misgendering someone.
That's so... Adrian, like, what do you think about that, man?
God.
What do you think about it? If you call me a man when I really identify as a woman, you're going straight to fucking prison, dude.
Then might as well slit my throat. Might as well slit my throat for breathing in front of
How dare
Donald
you,
Trump.
Adrian? How fucking dare you? You should feel disgusting.
I know. But I don't, you fucking man.
Ah, I'm triggered right now. I'm so triggered I just came 7 times.
So, next topic. I want to cover the intense bullshit story behind whole and healthy foods. There is food, and there is dirt. It can't be both.
There's food and there's... Wait, what?
There's food,
There's food.
and then there's
you mean
dirt.
like... Yeah, you mean, like fucking... Oh, shit, what's the word?
Organic.
Whole foods.
Yeah, organic, yeah.
Just slap that on anything. Oh, it's actually it.
Yeah. Well, that's something... People don't really care what they eat as long as it tastes good. Like, nobody really cares what goes into their body unless if they get sick, And when someone gets sick, that's when it's to the extreme, when they actually do need help. And it's just... That's just how it is with everyone, honestly. Nobody cares about a healthy diet and, catering to their own body and making sure they stay up to, physical capabilities of moving around. Like, dude, we even fetishize it occasionally. We even make shows about it. Fucking 600 pounds and shit. There's a show about that on fucking TBS or whatever.
I think it's called The Biggest Loser or something like that.
But no, dude, like, it's back in the day, this would have been disgusting. Okay, this would have been basically taboo to let yourself go to the point where you need a doctor to help you out of bed because you're too fucking fat to move on your own. That would be that's like a sin, honestly. Just gorging yourself. It's on like the same jurisdiction of glut. But nowadays, oh man, I'm so fat. I can't wait to get even more fat and go ability, bruh. Oh.
Yeah.
AKA me in a nutshell.
Yeah, shit, man. It's just everything is going fuckity downward. It's like a line graph that's just, you know, a fucking kamikaze pilot in Pearl Harbor. It's just going down and down until it hits the ship.
Yeah, and speaking of that, the next topic you're gonna have a field day with.
Oh shit.
This whole new culture being brought in with these SoundCloud mumble rappers with rainbow teeth and dreadlocks and vaping.
Lyrical, individual spirit.
And worst of all, vaping. Oh god, that's the main theme of this topic.
All right, now let me tell you something. Oh fuck! Oh, where should I start?
Oh boy! Everyone,
I feel like a
buckle
little
up
kid on
again.
Christmas.
Okay. Everyone, buckle up.
Buckle the
It's
fuck
about to
up,
get
little
real
doggy.
special.
All right. So first off, they always try to make themselves out to be hard by plastering their fuck and making it into some kind of shitty Picasso prototype. When in reality, they're just destroying their fucking skin and making themselves look retarded while using a fucking sound app to make their voice sound like a fucking robot so they can actually have some kind of, you know, justification of singing music. When they're not even singing, they're just going,
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
It's so fucking stupid, dude. I remember back in, like, it's not even that long ago, in the 90s, yeah, even the 90s, people would have to sing. People would have to have talent and work hard to be where they are. Nowadays, if you just, you know, do the same thing over and over again, but if you have a decent beat, then you can get fucking 50 million subscribers on YouTube or SoundCloud or some shit and get famous. It's
Or
so
just yell out-
fucked.
Or just yell out the new Mom Spaghetti. That'll get
Mom
you. tons of
spaghetti,
views.
mom spaghetti.
Or wait, syrup or the syrup sandwiches. Anything
Oh,
along
dude.
that line.
Oh, I gotta
Oh,
tell.
dude. And they, what's up?
I gotta tell you about that. This one guy at school. He's like a white guy. He's like as white as it gets, but he has like dreadlocks and like
No.
they're short dreadlocks
Oh, no.
with like the
Stop!
sides.
Stop! You're hurting metal.
Ah!
You're hurting Ryan. You're hurting Ryan.
Wait, does he wear a snapback too?
Um,
with a fucking monster logo? Oh.
what's a
Oh, he
snapback?
A snapback is like one of those hats that is like, it looks like a fucking brick, but it's like flattened.
Oh well, no. If he wore that, it wouldn't show off his like tiny dreadlocks with the shaved
Oh
side of
shit,
his
you're
head.
right. Yeah, alright. Let's talk about wiggers for a second. It's white kids that really try to get into the hood culture. You're fucking white, alright? Be proud of your white skin. I don't give a shit if you need to find a way to defend yourself in a shitty environment that's in a ghetto fucking town or neighborhood. Find a better way than just making yourself look like a goddamn dumbass. Because even blacks that do this make themselves look like a goddamn dumbass, alright? And dude, they're fucking holding back black culture. It's retarded. They get stereotyped as this way because they're so widespread. Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna fuck me a bitch, smoke some pot. I'm gonna cub stamp, fucking shoot up a pig, man. It's just
Yeah, George Carlin actually said, "White people stop trying to be as cool as black people. You're never gonna do it."
well, that's a thing. Okay, this whole ghetto culture, it's not cool. It's just degenerate. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's fucking perverted. It's kids that really, really, really want to be hardcore, but at the end of the day, they're still little kids because they're not getting a job. They're not raising their kids. They're just fucking like 30, 40 years old and still driving up on a nigga that's, fucking attacking them as a man because they feel the need to defend that.
And back in the
Everyone-
90s, even when you were rapping, it was still music. Even then, it was because 90s rap is the best.
Remember when rap was about like friendship?
Yeah, rap used to be about like
It was actually about friendship.
yeah, it had like wholesome
Yeah.
topics.
Yeah, dude,
Dude,
it used
I
to rap
need-
about family and shit back in the day. Yeah.
Dude, I need to get more into the 90s.
The 90s, yeah, Columbine.
Who are you? Who are you, fucking Sonic?
I'm the reason for it all. I'm the
was-
downfall of the United States.
I mean, you did get a part to play in one of the Sonic.
Yeah, and then I was fucking
seconds.
killed off by a psychotic Amy. Let me tell you about that girl who voice acted Amy, by the way. She was, dude, she messaged me every single goddamn day trying to get me like, notice me senpai. It was
And then I'm
Oh.
sitting here with like Ryan Drummond going to watch like my Sonic Satirical series,
yeah.
and
Yeah, dude.
he's actually really like he likes whenever I comment on it.
Nice.
And-
I actually messaged him on Facebook and I was like, Ron, are you gonna pick me up?
Oh. Did he respond?
No. He's seen it and he ignored it.
Yeah, he's actually a Satanist too. Did you know that?
Oh shit. Oh wait, no. Oh, Ryan Drummond. I thought you meant Jason Griffith.
No. Ryan
Yeah.
Drummond is more chill and kind of sketchy.
Oh, cool, dude.
So, like Ryan Drummond, like I'll see a post on Twitter like Christianity is a death cult, and then Ryan Drummond liked this post, and it's like kind of like, oh, well that happened.
Satanism, Satanism is an interesting religion, but it's also foreshadowed by a lot of tryhards that just want to be edgy. I hate Christianity. God does not exist, but he should exist, because he's basically the correspondence to Satan. Like kids that really, really want to disappoint their parents, or basically flourishing in Satanism. When it's giving it a bad identity, Satanism is literally just essentially nihilism. You should live the life that you want to live without basically an authority figure over how you should guide your own stuff. Well, your own being, essentially, right?
Yeah, it's very
yeah.
it's very anti-Catholic messages because Catholicism urges the idea of everyone should be the same, everybody should be sterile, everybody should be, this and this and that, and I don't like that. And
At this, what's up?
and Catholicism, it encourages extremely immoral things at the same time. Like you have small children drinking wine, and the priest will say, "Yes, it's the blood of Christ." Yes, quite.
Oh my god.
Well, actually, I think I can get with Christianity because it held up the traditional values of a family and friendship, and it gave people a purpose as a way to say, we're together, we are okay. It didn't leave people in the dark. But at the same time, there are some fucked qualities of Christianity. There's fucked qualities of any religion, but I think Christianity is getting really targeted these days because it's more of the mainstream target. You won't see people targeting Judaism or fucking Islam ever. While in Judaism, they will suck in dick at birth, infant dick. This is a real practice, and then give them they'll give them an HIV or some kind of sexual disease that will kill them at age 5 or younger.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my god.
When you have I have nothing wrong with any sort of religion whatsoever. Like I'm not gonna call you out for being like Christian or Muslim or
No,
whatever
dude,
you want
you're
to be.
chill. Yeah.
But when you're trying to force it on me is when I have a problem.
Well, when
Keep in-
anybody is trying to force anything on anyone, an issue.
Or like when you're trying to make something like Jesus doesn't want me to do this to be my problem, that's when I start having issues.
Right.
Everyone keep in mind when we started, we were talking about
Vaping.
We were talking about memes, and now we're getting really serious.
I know, and I don't even know it. I don't even know if I want to leave her now because this is actually getting pretty interesting.
All right. What's the next topic, though?
We're done.
We're done.
That's it.
Oh shit! Oh no way! Cool.
Yeah, we're actually okay. We already talked about this before. Before you came in here, and that pretty much sucked out 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
So this thing
Yeah,
was
we
already
did-
going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! My bad, guys.
I don't even. It's cool, dude.
Yeah,
it's
it's
actually
fine.
pretty cool.
All right. Cool. I'm
I
gonna
mean-
hop off though. I'm gonna get some sleep, shower,
Alright.
and all that.
All right. Peace out,
All right,
dude.
guys.
Mhm.
Peace out. Hit me up whenever you want, guys.
All right.
All right. I guess that's it for the podcast.
So I'll just leave with a concluding message here because why not?
And I guess I'll do another shameless plug. I don't know.
So what should we
Should I do that?
Well,
So should I do that now or?
Shta.
So yeah, I'm gonna do a shameless plug here right now. I have a YouTube channel, as I said in the beginning of this thing. And if you want to do that, and if Simon Paradox wants to be a good boy, and and leave my channel in the description below that. And if you also want to be Twitter, which I highly don't recommend, it's at Adrian is dumb _ and yeah, that's pretty much my shameless plug.
All right. So I guess I'll see everyone who's watching later.
Peace out.
Stopping recording.